What's up, man? Y'all want to join the big dog, bro? Go click the link. Join the big dog. Let's get it cracking. Let's burn it back. Let's chop it up. Police Navidad. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all living in here? What y'all doing out there? How we gonna get it? Y'all got some Christmas shit popping in. What y'all got popping in for Christmas? You know what I mean? Like, holla at your boy. You know, cause come on. You got them cojones, get on the baloney phony, you know? Don't act like you don't know me, homie. And look, for the sake of better argument, too, you don't even have to really come in with your picture on. You just come in and talk if you too scared to show your lip, your face, your chunk, your eye, your ear. You know what I mean? I'll let your boy, we in here. What y'all doing for Christmas? Or what else? What other holidays are right now? New Year's fit to come up. What y'all got planned for New Year's? Nothing. We ain't got nothing planned. Y'all don't like the new backdrop or what? I should have probably put that picture up back here, so it's just behind me the whole time. Oh well, shit happens, you know. We're gonna see if we can get them in here. These motherfuckers charged me another $44 for the StreamYard, so might as well try to put it to use. Shit. Come on, we ain't got nobody with the jingle balls or what? Christian, what's up, man? How you living? What you got planned for Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas? What you got planned for New Year's? Do you celebrate New Year's? How y'all living? If anybody want to come in right now and talk some shit, bro, you could go to my page and click the link. It's the start comment at the top. You could join the live right now. Get down with your boy. Have a little pre Christmas convo with your boy Double. You know what I'm talking about? See, look, this is the whole get down right here. What happened? It never came in. Ah, that's ghetto. Oh well, shit happens. Anyways, if y'all want to come in here and talk some shit with your boy, man, you got the balls to hop on right now. Hop on. Let's do this. What y'all want to talk about? I honestly had this shit lined up, but it didn't fucking work. So let me see if I get it back. Where y'all from? Start dropping some froms in here. Where y'all froms in here? Come on, add that bitch. We down to 2? Man. Hold on, I needed the other phone. I had to make sure the clickable was clickable, man. Look, this is the get down right here. If y'all got the balls to come in and talk some shit, then come in and talk some shit with your boy. You know what I mean? The link's at the bottom. This is not a call-in session, right? Why you got to call in for? Just hop in and talk some shit. I'm right here. Come on. Let's do it. The link is below in the comment section. All you got to do is find the link in the comments. Click the link, and it will put you right here on the platform with your boy, Big Dub. On the porch, but we on the back porch now. You know what I mean? We done switched up for the winter time. Built a little gazebo, you know what I mean? A little get down. Now we been chilling. Where's all my folks at, man? It's Sunday night. We gotta have the people in here. My homie's here from Utah. He about to slide through. We got the ham getting ready to go in a couple days. You know we gotta cook that ham up for Christmas. What y'all cooking for Christmas? Ain't nobody got nothing to say. Y'all on here just ghost watching. Oh, ghost watchers. You ain't got a Christmas dinner ready or what? What y'all doing? The tamales? My boy around the corner doing the tamales. You know I'm gonna have to go over and get some tamales. Shit, you know how we do it. We about to do the ham. We're about to do the mashed potatoes. We're about to do the scallop potatoes. We're about to do the corns, the green beans, some asparagus. You know, what are y'all doing for dinner for Christmas? And if you don't celebrate Christmas, what do you celebrate? And if whatever you celebrate has a meal surrounding it, what's that meal gonna be? Like my boy yesterday, I got a packy homie next door. He brought me some rice, some sweet rice, and some some beef rice. You know what I mean? Aaron, what's up with it, Aaron? Why ain't nobody joining me, man? Y'all got the ability to join me on live right now. If you've never been on YouTube live before and you want to go live right now, you have the ability. All you have to do is click on my page, go to the vertical live feed, and click the comment at the very top that start. That link will send you a direct link through whatever your internet service provider is. Click that link and it'll pop you into the back of this right now, bro. Mango, what's up, man? You want to hop on and talk some shit with your boy? The link is available right now. You know how to use it. You've been here before. We just chilling, bro. I'm about to roll one up. We're about to get ready to eat some pizza rolls for dinner. You know how it is. Probably watch another Christmas movie tonight. It's Sunday. We got to get in that spirit of Christmas, bro. But like I said, whoever else is in here, if you don't celebrate Christmas, let me know what you celebrate. Let me know what you're doing for the holidays. And what kind of dinner is you getting down on? We need some dinner vibes coming in here. I'm a big boy. I like to eat. You know what I mean? I can't believe nobody's joining the live, bro. We got a bunch of no ball having ass motherfuckers on here. That's exactly why it says that too. You're Jewish, but you do Christmas anyway. That's hella funny. Hey, Mango, I got a real question for you. Have you ever seen The Night Before, bro? That's like our Christmas Eve tradition is we watch The Night Before. But if you've never seen The Night Before, bro, with Seth Rogen, you have to watch The Night Before. It's hilarious. Fucking hilarious. So my son likes to open his presents early all the time, just because he's a spoiled, rotten little brat. So for like the first 6 years of his life, I used to give him presents early, and I would tell him they're his Hanukkah presents. He'd be like, "What's a Hanukkah present?" And I'm like, "What you're doing right now, getting some shit before Christmas." Yeah, bro, The Night Before, Seth Rogen. Check it out. Fucking hilarious, bro. So you know he Jewish, right? He's all fucked up on shrooms and fucking some powder, a bunch of other shit. He meets up with his wife, who's going into a Catholic church for Christmas mass, and he goes in, and he's sitting there and he's looking, and his wife's like, "What?" And he's like, "Who's that guy?" And she's like, "Jesus," or she's like, "Who?" And he's like, "You know," and he puts his hands out. She's like, "Jesus," and he's like, "Is that what they think we did to him?" But you gotta watch the movie. I ain't even fucking telling you no more, Mango. You gotta watch the movie. Rod, what's up with it, man? Shoot the jokes, dog. Shoot the jokes. You know how my wife loves her garden. That's hilarious. Listen, man, if y'all out there in this YouTube world want to hop on live with your boy, man, and just have a conversation about it, just come on. Let's talk some shit. Let's go. What y'all want to talk about? There is literally a link right now. If you've never been live and you want to go live, you want to see what it's about, you want to fucking try to see how many people are going to look at your face and stop on the live, hop in with your boy. You could click the link, hop on live. I give you the floor. You could run your mouth, talk some shit, see how many people want to entertain it. Shit ain't as easy as you think, folks. What's up, Boo? Can you click the link? Is it clickable? My 7 people, what y'all having for dinner for Christmas, man? We got nobody that celebrate Christ Mass no more. Go to the horizontal feed. You're in the vertical. Go to the horizontal. I don't know how to find that. So let me show y'all. Here, I'll show y'all right now. Go to the horizontal. So if y'all want to go on live with me right now, right? This is what you're watching. You need to click up here on my name, right? I'll show you how to do it. Click on my name. Go to the second one down that says live and click it. Once you click that second one down, you'll see a link right here with my name on it. Click that link. Click your normal browser, and it will give you this link. I'm going to go step by step so you know it's real. When you click this link, you then have to allow your microphone. If you don't want your picture because you're scared, click off the little video before you put your name. Put a display name. So I'm going to put Booga Booga, right? There you go. Put a display name. Click enter the studio. It will show me that you have came on the studio. And I add you to the studio. And then I add myself and I'll look retarded on two screens. See? Told you. It's real. Click the link if you want to join your boy. Let's talk some shit. I got you. For those that need a breakdown, you know. But I've yet to see somebody enter the studio. So, like I said, I at least show people. I don't know what the minute marker is. 12:50. We'll call it 12:45. So, if you go back to 12:45 on the minute marker of the video, it'll show you how to catch the link to get on with your boy, man. You could be a little screen right next to me talking shit right now. Like, where's my boy Richard at? Somebody gotta have the balls to come kick it with me, bro. I'm wasting money on this damn StreamYard. If I'm wasting money on the damn StreamYard, y'all should come in and kick it with your boy at least. Fuck. You wanna go get me the wrapping papers? Oh, man. All right, you wanna go for what? Let's go, bro. Huh? Yeah, I'll bring what I see. But like I said, y'all want to get in with your boy? Click that link. You don't know how to go to the link, go back to the 12-minute, 45-second marker. It'll show you how to get in. Or just go to the second live down on my homepage. Click the link to start at the top and hop in with your boy. Right now, we might lose signal because we're going down in the dungeon. Boy, the dungeon. Y'all want to see what it is in the dungeon? It's a big ass TV in the dungeon. It's a bunch of fucking moisture I gotta get out of here in the dungeon. This shit growing in the dungeon. That shit growing. That shit is growing. I gotta get that shit out of here. What's up, man? You wanna come in and talk some shit? Holla at your boy. You know what it is. I'm gonna just grab this whole ass bag because this must be what she's talking about. Because I don't know what the fuck. It's gotta be what she's talking about. Man, I wonder if I get that shit some more dark, if it's gonna grow more or less. I'm gonna give it some dark. We'll see what happens. What's up? Y'all don't like the backdrop? All right, man. Listen here. I'm gonna give y'all a bigger picture for a minute. All right, come on. Let's see what they got. They ain't got the jingle bells to talk no shit with your boy. Where everybody at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at, Smokey? Come on through. Come on through the link at the bottom, man. Click the link, man. Click the link, man. Hey. Oh, yeah. All right. We back in the spot. Where everybody at? Man, it's getting kind of boring without my community on here chopping it up with your boy, bro. I need to get some folks in here. Y'all need to quit playing. Quit bullshitting. It's a pretty nice day today, bro. Quit bullshitting. Come on here and talk. Y'all love to troll and talk shit in the bottom all the time. Why y'all don't want to come on here and talk some shit? Where's that? This is an open invitation. Like, I got trolls. You think the trolls won't come on here and talk some shit? Actually, that's how you know shit is bad. When even your trolls ain't coming around no more. They're just like, fuck, where did everybody go? Like they all fell off. It's all right, though. I ain't tripping. It made me almost feel like, why did the old man go to the beach? Because it was a nice day. It kind of made me feel like, fuck, man, the We on the Porch shit, the podcast didn't even get that lit, but I think me going on and constantly talking about it was what kept people in there because I was on all the time. Now I'm barely on, so maybe that's why I really ain't got nobody popping in when I'm on because I don't really go on that much no more. But fuck it, man, it's almost Christmas. Y'all should come in and talk some shit with your boy, man. Just puff on back. Twist one up, dude. Yeah, see, even ooh, I think I was a little high-sided back there. Yeah, I dropped a half an inch, boy. Shit. Y'all know this shit. Hey, it costs too much motherfucking money, man, for the weak ass shit that you putting out. It don't even do nothing. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know how. I know y'all out there. I know y'all out there. Don't nobody got the balls to jump on or what? Come on, I'll talk some shit. Like if y'all want to get into some shit talking matches, let's go. I'll talk some shit. Y'all want to kick back, chill? We'll kick back and chill. Whatever, wherever you want to take it, we'll take it there. No, we got no takers. You can join right now. Click the comment below. Click that link. Go to your boy's page. Yeah, Axel, come on, jump in, talk some shit. All you gotta do is click on my homepage, bro. Click on the second live down and click the link. I'll drop you in right now. What you want to talk about? What you want to talk about, player? You can't click Y'all know you want to talk some shit. Get in here and talk some shit. The fuck does FFU mean though? That shit, look. Look, go to the YouTube page, click on the second one down, click on the pinned comment, and go to the thing. You come in here and talk shit right now. Amy, what's up? You want to come on and talk some shit with me? Come on and talk some shit. Hit that link. Don't be scared, y'all. Hit that link. Let's go. If you ain't never been live before and you just want to come on here and talk some shit to people, man, hit that link. You got to go to my horizontal feed. Click that link. Amy, go to the main page. Click on the second live down and hit the link. I'll pop you in right now. Let's see how many people we get on here talking shit. What are we going to talk some shit about? Come on, y'all. I know you got shit to say out there. We got to get them in here. We can't even get, we got to get people stopping on the page, man. See, there you go. Amy slid through. What's up, chick? How you living?
Large, as always.
That's what I'm talking about. That TV still turning on and off on you or what?
Yo, no, it stopped. It finally stopped, bro.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
I was like, hell no, poltergeist in this motherfucker for real.
What you got going on for Christmas?
Mm, Watching my daughter get engaged on Christmas.
Oh, that's lit.
No, it's not.
Why not?
Because I'm old.
Well, I mean, we all kind of just have to get old. You got to deal with that one. I guess I'll probably start feeling the same way when my kids start wrapping people up and bringing them home. I'll be like, what the fuck is really going on?
I mean, he's hung tough for like 8 years, so it's about time. So,
Yeah, see, I was one of those. My old lady's family looked at me like, who the fuck is this convict? And then I stuck around for 13 years, and they're like, all right, dude's pretty solid.
no, they went to school together and they went to college together, and then they graduated college. My daughter's in college for her master's,
Oh,
but
that's
they've
what's up.
lived together the whole time. Which I mean, he's a good kid. It's just I love to bust his ass because he's law enforcement, which it's like whatever.
Yeah, so where where is she like is she going to like a big college or what is she studying?
She has a what is it? Science. She has a science engineering degree,
Oh, that's
so she's
lit.
doing her master's in that. But she's doing it online because she's already done her time in Sam Houston.
Yeah.
So she's here at home, like in her own home, doing her classes, works 2 jobs, and just doing the damn deal. I couldn't be any prouder than her. Like
Yeah,
she's
that's
doing, she makes me proud.
yeah, that's what's up. That's good shit when you see your kids succeeding. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you were kind of a fuck up and then like you see your kids like makes you feel better. For real.
Sure, for sure. But it's like I look
Even
at her
if it's
now
like
and I'm
not
like,
you doing it, even if it's like somebody like your parents or somebody you're like influencing them, you're just like, okay, cool. At least they stepped up this time. Like,
I look at her and I'm like, damn, you're a smart ass just like me. Like what the fuck? And she's like, Mom, get over it. I'm like, dude, you're 27 and just keep on going. I don't even care. You don't live here no more, so it's good.
it's a trip watching like your kids grow and seeing the likenesses of yourself in your kids and just being like, motherfucker, why they gotta be like that? Like, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? You're just like, I can't even fucking say shit because I can't be a hypocrite right now. But god damn, like, why did they get that part of me?
Yeah, she took me out drinking like a couple weeks ago. She's like, "Come on, get in the car," and I'm like, "Okay." So we go out, and I'm like looking at her order drinks at the bar, and I'm like, "Bro, that's little Amy right there." Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? She knows all the bartenders, knows all the dopest drinks, and she's all here, shot, shot, and I'm like, "Bro," she's all, "Mom, bitch up." I was like, "Oh my god." But I mean, it's bomb. Like I love the way all four of my kids turned out because they're all in college. So it's like, hey, I'm broke, but we're good.
I got so honestly, um, if my son or my daughters choose, well, sons, but if the older son, he's 11 now, if he
Mhm.
chooses to go to school and he chooses something worthwhile, then I won't have a problem with him pursuing college. But if he doesn't go to college knowing like what he wants to do, then I'm almost so like I'm one of those people that's against just going to college to stay in school because you're putting yourself in debt, right? So it's
Right.
like if you're gonna, I would rather my son go to college and while he's either prepping, I honestly would like my son to go in the trades for a year or two and do some construction and then go to college for that, right? Go to college
Mm.
for either like blueprint engineering or site safety management engineering, some shit like that to where he doesn't have to waste fucking 30, $40,000 on his education just to pay it back to be in a career that he's not really gonna see good money from until fucking 10 years down the line after paying everything off. As to where if he's in that construction zone going to college to do something with that, I know he has somewhere to go from there instead of
Mm.
just entering the world with this degree that there's so many other people that have that degree. Now you're fighting for that place in life.
For real, for real. Cause like my kid, she would come home and she'd work like all summer long. And then when she graduated, she got lucky because it's not in her field of study, but she has a job with the state.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's paid off her loans. Like she's good right now. Like I mean, I like I said, I couldn't be more proud. But I do
Yeah.
help her with tuition, But it's like
Mhm.
she's not in her field though yet, and she's already 27. So it's like I totally get where you're coming from. You know what I mean? But I'm glad she has a job.
Yeah.
So it works out because
That's
it
the
helps
thing
me
too.
out.
Is that so? I'm a union construction worker, obviously, but I make more money in a year than I'd say 70% of college graduates.
I believe it. I believe
And
it.
I did graduate high school with a real diploma, but that didn't matter. Like you could come out of prison being a felon with a GED and be exactly where I'm at right now.
Right. Right on.
So
You
it's
can.
like, why waste your money on something that you're not gonna get a career in guaranteed, right? As to where if he comes out of, there's always that time for boys especially coming out of high school where you're like, you hit summer and you're like, I'm gonna take this first year and do some bullshit and then I'm gonna hit college.
It doesn't work that
Every
way.
dude does that unless he's got a bitch that he's following to college, right? If he ain't got
Right.
a bitch following to college, he's like, I'm gonna take this year and be me for a minute and then I'm gonna jump into school. So in that year of finding yourself, homie, I'm sticking you in the union, right? Your ass is gonna get a job and at least
Yes. Yes.
that
Yes.
start. So that way, there, if you do choose something else, like if you choose to focus on something else, computer programming, whatever it may be, you still got that humble beginning to jump back to in case that shit falls off,
Right.
right?
Right.
So it's like that's why I started tattooing at 12 years old because I honestly I got set up to be a tattoo artist to prepare myself for prison, as oddly as it sounds. So as a child, the people, my influences, my people to look up to, my only people around me were people who were either bikers, affiliated bikers, or fucking felons. You know what I mean? All prison dudes, all bullshit. So my dad, being who he is, and seeing the generational fuck ups that just kind of followed his family line, I guess, didn't see much better for me, obviously, because at 11 or 12 years old, when I started drawing, he instantly pushed me towards tattooing. And I was cool with it because most of the time when I'd go hang out with him and shit, when I get to kick it with him or visit with him, he was always spun out or doing something crazy. And the way he would kind of like not do that is to get tattooed, right? He'd have a homeboy that does tattoos that was always with him. So like whenever I was around, he was getting tattooed on because he was like stationary. He didn't look like such a fucking tweaker bopping around everywhere like that, you
Yeah.
know? So I was really intrigued by tattooing at a young age. So you figure I started tattooing I made my first tattoo gun at 11. I started tattooing at like 12 and 13 on like pigskin and like fruit and shit like that.
Yeah.
And from there, by 15, so it was Christmas of 99, so I was 14 getting ready to turn 15 in 2000, and Christmas of 99 I got my first like shop equipment. You know what I mean? We had went to a bunch of like tattoo conventions. We had got hooked up with some like supplies dealers and shit like that, and kind of got our way in. Because back then you couldn't just go to a smoke shop and pick up tattoo shit. You couldn't
No.
even go to a tattoo shop and have them sell you tattoo shit. They wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you had shop equipment, you had to have some sort of plug that had shop equipment. You know what I mean? So that's where that kind of started. And then from there though, it was never like oh, we're gonna get you like, we need to get you a shop. And I did take an apprenticeship at 16 for, I want to say it was like 6 months. I was with this tattoo artist every day. She had closed her shop down because she got attacked by a pit bull and it ripped
Mm.
her like part of her calf muscle out. So she
Mm.
shut her shop down and was at home on disability. So I would go kick it at her house every day because my pops worked with her husband. So after school, I would go to her house and kick it, wait for my pops to get off work. And for that like 2-3 hours a day span, she like broke down how to break down the machine, rebuild the machine, all the different parts, mechanisms, all the different bloodborne pathogens and the different shit like that you had to deal with, sanitization, everything, right? So we went over all this shit in this like 6 month span. So by 16, I was pretty knowledgeable of the tattoo game and I was a decent artist, but I had never really like put any effort into like art class and shit. Like when I was in art class, I was banging shit out in 20 minutes and trying to do free draw time. And the teacher was like giving me F's on pictures that looked better than every other picture in the fucking class just because I wasn't taking my time on the picture. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I was like destined to fail in everybody's eyes. Like nobody was like giving me no flowers. Nobody was like boosting me. The only thing I was getting boosted was by like my dad's homeboys that seen me tattooing and knew that I had skill. So, but it was always like, bro, when you go to prison, like you're gonna have it locked. Like you got the skill. Like nobody's gonna fuck with you. You're the tattoo dude. Like that was always what it was put at. It was always like, oh yeah, when you go to prison, you're set, bro. You won't never have to have nobody put money on your books. You got everybody's commissary already, just drawing letters and shit. Woo. So that was, and I think one day I ran with it for a minute. I was like, all right, cool. I'm on the road to prison, right? Like I was just like, fuck it. So I was like, but my mom was really super strict, and my mom came from like a not much better of a upbringing, but a more like family sticks together and like helps each other type of shit. So it was like I had kind of the best of both worlds while living like the shittiest of both worlds at the same time, kind of deal, you know? Like I used to have to take food stamps to the fucking little liquor store around the corner at like 8, 9 years old and buy my mom's cigarettes and Kessler with the food
When
stamps,
you
bro.
could,
And the
when you
little
could.
the Mexican dude around the corner to hand it to me, no problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So it's like to come from like that and then to like, you know, trip on. So like I'll go to the store now where my son and all the kids playing, like I'll ear hustle and like I'll make sure them fools ain't doing some, not for any other reason than I'll be like, hey, homie, don't ever sell my kid no tobacco. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if he comes here and says it's for me. I don't care if he comes here and says it's the same exact thing I get from you every fucking day. That
Right,
shit fly with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know the game, dude. So yeah, I
right.
felt like tattooing was always a path to prison, but I never went to prison. I went to jail, but never went to prison. So I kind of like at one point in my life, I was probably like just about to hit like 21 and shit was going a little wild. And I was just like, a bunch of my homies were getting fucking like spun out. Hell fools were going to prison. And I was just like, I am not bad. Like I was doing like I was rapping and shit. So I was like doing cocaine and smoking weed and like I was like baller drugging. I wasn't like give me the pilo. I'm gonna go tweak out in the closet type shit. You know, like I was out there trying to like really do some shit. So it was just a different like different hype I guess I was on. And once I realized that, I was just like, nah, like I'd rather chase bitches and fame and money than fucking, you know what I mean? So I switched it up a little bit and just kind of like I got a couple jobs. I started going out and trying to like shop jobs like with tattoos. I started going out and trying to put like my tattoo shit out because I had been moving furniture and fucking just doing like whatever to make money since I was 13. I think I went on my first move job as a lumper in the back of a moving truck because like I said, all the fools that I grew up around were all like uh prison cats and shit. And what do they all do? They move furniture because it's the only fucking job they can get. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it's like
No, it's just good,
I
yeah.
literally had the path to fucking bars like paved out in front of me my whole life. So
It happens. It
luckily
happens.
I try to do better for my kids, you know. But if they don't go to college, but they pursue a good life, I won't be mad at them. And if they do go to college and don't use it for nothing, I'm not even gonna be mad at them. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
cool. Run that out. If you need to run that out, run that out. Because I mean, you get experiences in school. Looking back at it, I wish I'd have stayed in school longer. Because you get experiences in school and with people and peers and shit you don't get nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
when I look back at school, I'm like, bro, I used to kick it with the ugliest bitches at the school and the baddest bitches at the school and the dudes that they used to clown. And I was the jump around because I got something from everybody. Like I didn't, you
Right.
know, like I was able to go over to the stoner crew and grab my weed. I was able to go over to the fucking jocks and get my fucking pills and my coke. I was able to go over to the ugly bitches and they had a cool ass party going on. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was shit motherfuckers was doing that you just if you weren't interacting with these people, you didn't know, you know? So it's like I didn't discriminate. Like I liked a little bit of everybody. I liked flavor. You know what I mean? It was cool.
That's nice though. Like that's the way it's supposed to be. Like when my kids were hitting that age, I told them, look, I fucked up, but if y'all want to do something better, yo, mom's got you. Because I raised all of them by myself. Their
Yeah,
dad wasn't around. You know what I mean? And I never dogged the dude. Nothing. You know, he was welcome to come see him. You know, I wasn't that shit, but I had to grow up fast because I had my first one when I was 17, and it's like I'm in high school and I dropped out because I was embarrassed, whatever. But I got on my grind. Like I had a house, I had a car, like I had kids, and they kept on
yeah,
coming. So it was like you had to grow up. But I'm like you, like I had friends that were like thugs, and then I had the real G's, then I had my geek squad. Like I was a geek, I was a big
yeah.
time geek. So when I got pregnant, it was like, oh my god, it was a big old shocker, and I'm like y'all are doing it. Like, I mean, that's how I saw it. But, you know, um, you're right. Like, the fact that I went around like all these different groups, now it's different. We're grown, and I'm like, hey, what's up? You remember me? And they're like, yeah, and they know my kids. Now, like you're saying about you don't want your kids to like fall into what we did, that's so legit
Yeah,
because I sold dope. I almost faced some hard time, but I was smart enough to like pay attention, and I always told my kids, you don't want that life because I'm
yeah,
telling you, it's a whole another fucking ball game. Like, you're looked at different. And like
dude.
my family, it's standard. So it's like I'm the black sheep, bro. Like everybody looks at me like, what's she doing here? And I'm like, I'm still here, bitches. Like it don't
Yeah.
it don't even matter.
So
So it's
like
nuts.
I started. So like I said, I was down at. So I was smart enough that I didn't want to. I didn't want to do crank because I seen like people that were like super functioning but still fucked off, and then I seen people that were like fucked off, and then like I seen like bitches get like put in fucking uh in closets and like shot with paintball guns
Mhm.
for like rooting like other motherfuckers' cars like while everybody was sleeping type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, but I was selling dope, and the one time, so look, I had a safe. I kept all my dope and all my money in it, right? And I was living with my dad at this time. I was like 19, and I go on a trip to fucking like Tahoe or Reno to the snow. Tell me why I come back. My safe is out in the middle of like the cul-de-sac, like busted open. And it's like
Oh,
hell fake busted open. Like my dad like rooted through my shit and found my combination written down and like went in there and took all my shit and then took it outside and tried to pretend like it was like stolen and like broken and like all this shit. And I'm just like wait, what? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm cool. Like I like to try to keep my mind right for the most part, and that shit just don't let your mind be right at all, bro. You know what I mean?
when
Like
you
I
think
remember
about
this
that
one
shit,
time
it's crazy.
we had a community box, like where we went over to my homie's house. It was a trap, and oh, I thought that was gunshots. It was a car. Uh, we went over to my homie's house, and it was like there was a laundry room, but there was always like the neighbor kids and everybody running around. So they had this box in the laundry room. It was like an old Nike shoebox, and they had the front of it like we cut the front out so your neckline would fit in it, right? And we had a mirror glued to the bottom so you could fucking snort rails off the fucking mirror, and we kept it up on the top shelf so nobody else could reach it. It was just the community box. Well, I guess this fool was over there with like some old fucking like 50-year-old. This was like 8 years ago, so I was probably 32, 33. The kid I'm talking about was probably 30. And he was with like a 50-year-old bitch that was like going through a divorce. But she was like super snorting crank, I guess. And so he wasn't he wasn't me, right? He used to tweak back in the day, all that shit. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna get a piece of ass. I'm gonna do some dope with this bitch one time, you know? So
Mhm.
little do I know they busted down in the community box, which was only used for cocaine before this, right? So like we're in there one night and we're all fucking we bust down like a whole ball, and it's like the end of the night, shit's gone, fucking there's like residue around the edges. People are all flipping up in there trying to get all the crunk. So little do we know, like at this point, probably a half gram of some crank has already gotten busted back up in with it. Everybody's spun out. Everybody starts fighting each other. Like, fuck it, bro. It turned into a whole ass shit show. I'm just like, it wasn't but maybe like 7 months after that. And like COVID hit. And I just was like, what the fuck, bro? Because I was taking Xanax hella heavy at the time and shit. And I just was like, I'm done with all this shit. Like my kid was getting grown enough to see what's going on. Like
Yeah.
I just was like, nah, I gotta do something better than this, bro. And
It's
then,
funny.
like I've been doing good, bro. Like I gave my life to God as best as I can. Right, I go to church every Sunday. I try to walk the best path I can. I work my ass off for the kids. I bought a house since then. You know what I mean. So I just kind of took my shit and focused a little better on life in general because I seen that even though I was avoiding that path for so long, I was really on it. I was just avoiding the repercussions of it, right? So it's
Mm.
like I may not have went to prison yet, but I was still living the lifestyle that's gonna put me in prison. I was just lucky enough to skate the bars for so long, type shit, you know? So once I told myself I ain't no different than any other dope fiend, I'm still a dope fiend. That's when I stopped being a dope fiend. I had to come to that realization. I'm like, bro, just because you ain't doing crank doesn't mean you're not a dope fiend, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then
Like
I was like,
legit.
wait. And when I told myself, I was like, wait, I would never say that to myself. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's God talking right now. What the fuck? Like, what is really going on? You know? So I just was like, okay, I gotta calm this shit down. This is stupid. And then shit has been nothing but better since then. I mean, I still struggle. Everybody struggles and does their thing, you know, but life is definitely better.
It's a never ending battle, bro. Like, I mean, I it took a lot for me because like I thought trap life was life. Like, you see everything's hopping, like, money's coming and going. Then here comes the first rate, then here comes the second rate, and I'm like, I'm smarter than this. Like, I made it 2 times, the third time, man, they did me dirty, dog. They did me dirty. We get pulled over. My homeboy has some other people in the back. His homeboy had a duffel bag full of shit, like random ass fucking dope. Like, I had no fucking clue. I had shit on me, and I'm like, I'm gonna go down for mine. Like, it is what it is. Well, his boy kicked the bag under my seat. And so the cop was all, well, if nobody's gonna claim it, he's all of y'all are going. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, because I know what the fuck's in that bag. And they were all expecting me to say some shit. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm not gonna say shit. Hey, if I go, I go. Then my whole ass homeboy, I don't even mess with him no more, fucking goes and narcs on the whole car. And I'm like, yo, like, bro, my kids are at home. Like, what the fuck? Thank God my mom that was my fuck up, is that I thought I was invincible. And then when
Mm-hmm.
I faced that 20 piece, I was like, shit. Because they were like, oh, you have crack and you have coke and you have meth. It's all pure. Like, the shit was all pure. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did you have in there? Homeboy, that it was his bag, is like throat in a motherfucker when we're all there. And I'm like, you're not helping the case, bro. Like, I was stoned as shit. I had weed on me, so it wasn't a big deal. And the cop's like, well, he said some bullshit. He was like, aren't you ashamed of yourself? Because you're here just being a thug. And I said, excuse me, sir. I said, I just got my second college degree. I have 4 kids at home. Like, you're not one to tell me what the fuck. Like, you're just some kid that got bullied. You feel me? And like that law literally walked out of the room, and he like kind of cried because I said shit. But I'm like, you ain't no better than me. Like, you got a badge or whatnot. He's all, well, let's see you make it out of this one. They misspelled my name. And I
Ooh.
told him, that ain't my name, bro. I was all, my name's on my license. And he was like, what? And so the judge was all, well, what's your problem? And I said, Your Honor, my name's misspelled. That's null and void. So I know my rights, because I was gonna go to school to be an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, so you're a smart ass. I said, yeah, if that's what you want to call it. And he was like, well, case dismissed. And I'm like, okay, Amy, it's time to like jump the gun, like get out there, get your money, get
Yeah.
your mind, get, like when you fucking face 20 years
Yeah.
of not seeing shit, I was like, and my mom's all, do you want to do it again? I'm like, no,
Take
like
that blessing. Joe.
like I was done with that. Like, and I did everything. I mean, yeah, I live at home, but in like I have like the garage I turned into my apartment. So like I did it all by myself. And my mom's got the house. I've been doing the damn deal, and it's like temptation's still there, bro. Like, I still have homies that are like, yo, come on, let's take it to the trap. And I'm like, I'm 45. Like, I want to have grandkids, and I don't want to be like 80
Mm-hmm.
years old locked up in a jail cell. You feel me? Like, I was
That's what
all,
I'm
but I'll
saying.
keep it
Like
clean.
my youngest kid will be 20 when I'm 60, bro.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be around, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I gotta try. Like I gotta literally try to stick it out as long as I can, bro, for these kids and grandkids. If I want to see, like I got my oldest two are 17, my middle is 11, and then I got two that are 1 and 2. So it's like I definitely have the range to see grandchildren, but it's like if I want to see all my kids like grow and flourish and shit, I gotta kick
Right.
it till I'm 80 for sure, bro. You know what I mean? So
For real, like no joke. Like
I gotta I gotta start looking into better ways of living and all kinds of shit.
I'm glad I'm not the
Instead of
only
just
one
sitting
that
here
doesn't
smoking
know.
weed, smacking pizza rolls.
I mean, it and my kids too, like they're my kids are so fucking dope. Like I always told them, like, y'all are gonna want to party. You know, you're gonna be invited to this shit. There's gonna be dope. There's gonna, you've got to be strong enough to determine what's good and what's bad. But if you're stuck, I'm gonna be mad at a motherfucker if I go get you. But at least I know you're home. And I've had to do it like once or twice with my daughters, and they've been like gone on to bud. But it's like, you know what, y'all are home, y'all are safe. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Much than
Yeah, hell
getting a
yeah.
county or some shit. And it's like, I mean, look, the way I see it is, I would be a hypocrite if I told my kids otherwise. You feel me? Like I understand it's gonna fucking happen. It's sad, but hey, that's life.
My
And like they're in their
one
20s
of my
now, so
oldest daughters, my oldest two are twins, and one of my oldest daughters, I think they found like one of them little weed pens or some shit in her backpack. Her grandma did, and got all mad. And I'm just like, listen, I ain't gonna look you in the face and say shit because I know how kids are, and I ain't gonna be a fucking hypocrite, right? Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, pardon me. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you literally watch me roll up and smoke every fucking day, like. But at the same time, don't let that shit ruin your life, bro. You know what I mean? Just be smart about whatever the fuck choices you're gonna make, dude, and just know that I could tell you 100% had I not started smoking weed, I'd be way further in life than I am right now. I'm just going to give you that testimony of where I'm at and let you know you're going to make your decisions, bro. And, I support you no matter what. It is what it is. But just know, don't let that shit fuck up your life, bro, because you may not ever had nobody there to help you get out of it. You know what I mean? I've had to claw my fucking way out of my fuck ups.
exactly. And my kids saw my struggle. Like I did the strip club, I did all that. It's not a way of life, you feel me? But they knew that it was just me and I had to do what I had to do, but I never brought my work home. I never I never did the shit around them, like it's not right. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
just knew that when I came home from Walmart that they could have all the ones from the
Yeah,
bag.
like
So
I got somebody who, family shit, and every event that they would go do, every little outing, all that shit, it would be like her and like six other strippers, like with her kids there, everything. And it's like, okay, y'all ain't talking about being strippers, but it would take a dummy to look at the group of you and not know where the fuck y'all work at. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. We ain't in Beverly Hills. So like to look over at you, like you good, come on now. And it's not, they weren't like low class, like, cheap San Francisco fucking hookers or whatever. But at the same time, like, come on, you could tell you're a stripper, bro. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
that always made me
Like
laugh.
nobody else wears glass slippers but Cinderella, bitch. What the fuck?
Right?
Like, what the
The
fuck
dress
are
is
you
just a
doing?
little t-shirt, like legit, like no, for real, like, and see, like me, I turned it into a business because, like, we'd have rappers and stuff come perform, and I'd be like, "Yo, bro, like, I got these
Yeah,
girls that can do it," did that, and so I started promoting, like, I flipped it, I wasn't doing it no more, like, it was just me promoting the girls, and it's like now for me, it's different. I'm only gonna be there an hour, like. I'm gonna wear whatever color, whatever the fuck it is you want, but ain't no funny shit. Like I got kids to
yeah.
go home to. You feel me? Like, and there's no way around it. I mean, they knew what I did. Like my oldest went with me one time to go buy an outfit, and I shouldn't have done it, but she wanted to go, and I told her, like, you're gonna see some shit, but you're 18. Keep that in
Yeah.
mind. But if you decide this lifestyle, remember what the fuck it looks like. She's over there Snapchat and everything. I'm like, chick, no, we're not doing that today. Like, stop. And then,
Yeah.
she went to college and came back and she's like, mom, I said, park it. I don't want to know. Just if that's what you're going to do, baby girl, like, just know that that's a tough skin. And I don't know if you can handle that. Like, it's
So
not.
I be watching the whatever podcast, right? And
Mhm.
they got a bunch of OnlyFans models and shit on there all the time, and they do debates and whatnot. But the one thing that always gets brought up, right? And it's It's a valid point that not a lot of people talk about, but you talk about easy money. Like I would almost much rather. So they talk about OnlyFans models and being on the internet and all that shit, opposed to like a stripper in a strip club. And I could tell you right now, if I would never want to choose this for any of my children or anybody I know, but if anybody I know was to have to choose between being a OnlyFans model, right, or porn star
Mhm.
versus corn. I gotta say corn on here, huh? Yeah, corn
Yeah.
star versus um being fuck. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say any of this shit. I'm saying they're probably gonna block this whole episode. I don't care though. Fuck them, right? Or um a stripper, right? You're gonna want to choose the stripper because listen, when it comes to that situation, right? How many people you think 100% remember you?
I mean,
Don't
me
even cross
per
your mind that much, right?
it doesn't, it
So now
doesn't.
let me ask you this. If you were an OnlyFans model or if you had a video out there and you knew that shit hit the internet, it's gonna cross your mind every fucking day. Like,
Fuck yeah,
especially if you try to do good in your life.
fuck yeah,
That shit
fuck
gonna
yeah.
hit your mind every fucking minute of the day. Like, who's watching that video right now? You in the situation in which we're talking about as far as the poll situation, when you come out of that years down the line, yeah, some drunk dude seen you. He might forget. You know what I'm saying? Or like there might be a poster out there somewhere that had you on it from then that could come up in archive. Cool, you got a sexy poster. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not these so like I don't even want to get too far into who knows who and who knows what, but we'll just say there's somebody out there that somebody knows that I know personally that is a OF model and apparently made an abundance of money and is doing very well for themselves right now. Has kids and shit, and it's like at some point you're gonna be sitting down at like Christmas with like gray ass hair and like your grandkid's gonna come up with like this see-through tablet that has no back and like show his friend like look at granny when she was little. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
that's the
legit.
shit that people don't think about, bro. It's like, are you willing to lose that for some quick money? That's crazy to me.
Fuck no, because
But
it
so many
happened to
people
me.
are. There's so many people that are. There's fucking millions of people out there that are like at least $900,000 or more right now, net worth on OF.
Yeah, but it's not work to me. That never crossed my mind. The soliciting, like nothing like that, because in my head, it's like I'm somebody's mom, bro. Like the
Yeah,
last thing we need is some little shithead kid go and tell my kid,
and
"Oh, well,
most of
I've
these
seen."
people ain't got kids yet, right? So that's not.
Right,
They don't realize it. But I heard one on there who did have a kid and was like super boasting about how she was trying to be a good mom and all this other shit. And it's like, yeah, but you're still on the internet. And they're like, yeah,
right.
but I could delete all that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's never
No,
gone. What do you
it's
mean you
never
can
gonna.
delete that?
You can't.
You
No,
telling me
you
all them
can.
dirty asshole men that are paying to see you right now, not one of them got a video hidden at their house of you somewhere? You tweaking
Whatever.
out, bitch.
You're tripping hard,
Yeah,
hard,
straight
hard.
up.
Somebody has that shit on fucking replay. I don't give a damn. Like, being a stripper was different. Like I did everything in the club. Like I managed, I ran girls. I took it from a business point. But like I have a homegirl. Oh my god, why she's still in there? I have no idea. Because she's 45 like me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bitch, like you're gonna be somebody like 80 years old lap dancing on somebody and like thinking it's all fly and shit. It's not. My kids had to, thank God I thought about shit and I got in and got out. Just like the dope game. You get in for one reason, you get out. Like that's it,
Yeah.
don't bring it home. But there has been a time where like a principal went up to my son and said, "Oh, I've seen your mom," and I had that principal's ass because I was like, "Look, we don't do that here. I don't care what you think of me, but don't do it to my kids." Like he got fired because of that. Because I was like, "Don't disrespect me. You know, whatever you did. But sucker, I took you for your check,
Dude,
but
one
don't."
of my people banged out my lunch lady.
Oh hell no!
I had to look at the lunch lady every day knowing she banged out my people, fool. Like these fools talked about her nipples to me, like.
And then you're like in the
So every day
lunch
I'm in the lunch line, like I know what your nipples look like.
like, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you can laugh about it now, but
The
back then you're like,
but I'm saying those repercussions though, they are there, bro. It's crazy. So like I knew this chick, right? And some shit had she was involved in like an incident. Some people had died and shit. And she was kind of the only one that lived. So everybody thought she should have like used her second chance better, basically, right? And but she ended up going to being a stripper and shit. And it's like, can you imagine like going, and I mean, I guess if you like that, she was kind of an attention whore, right? But like if you like that, then that's one thing. But like I like me personally, I just had showed up like in the area of the strip clubs because there was another nightclub that we shot music videos and shit at. And I seen this bitch over there. So like I seen and knew what she was doing. But like, can you imagine how many people from school found out that bitch was stripping and like instantly went to the strip club? Like, can you imagine like being up there hitting the pole and looking over and seeing the whole football squad sitting there, like damn near probably clowning type shit? Like, you
guilty.
know, so it's like your dignity should be worth more than that. Like, you know what I mean? Slang some French fries, bro. I'd rather get laughed at for slanging French fries than letting my meat curtains hang out. You know what I mean? Like,
For real. Like it happened to me a couple times and I'm like, y'all motherfuckers didn't even know I was alive until I hit that stage. But
yeah,
that's my fault. You know what I mean? Like, and I would always tell the girls, like, y'all have no fucking clue what that felt like. Like, they picked on me, bullied me, and then here all them thirsty motherfuckers looking at me, chunking their change, and it's like, right there, I had a moment, and I was like, I really did that to myself, like, you know, just to feel good, and it did not feel good, like whatsoever, you know. And
yeah,
it's like it grew a complex because you know people would be like, "Oh, you're over there selling it." Like, no, 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 I don't sell it. Like, you know, it's different, but you can't get people to think different. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
once they see you, like, it's game over. Like, and so I got
yeah,
out. And nah, I got kids, bro. Like, I made my money. I invested it. I invested my money. So like my kids have their college paid for
yeah.
because
That's
I
good.
invested every dollar. And
Yeah,
like, you know, I did the damn deal, but not everybody was that smart. You know, they're still living for that dollar, that 20, that 10. And it's like, I wish y'all would have listened to me when I fucking said it. You know, I
yeah.
met the
So
right
like,
person.
I'll give it like when the person I was talking about's kid was old enough to kind of like see what was going on. I think she, because so she had a son and a daughter. The son she didn't worry so much about because he was like with the dad, so she could leave at night and not trip. But as the daughter got a little older and realized she was leaving every night type shit, started tripping. So I think she went more to like on the computer making money, like, you know, type of deal for a little while type shit, and then pulling out. But I mean, like she lives nice, she lives good. You know, they do whatever they do now, but still, it's like there's that. And the whole thing is like my pops was like, so my pops was like, hey, you know, I ain't gonna go too far to who what, but anyways, my pops was like, hey, you know, they got fucking what's her name's Easy Rider magazine floating around prison, right? And I was like, huh? And they're like, yeah, everybody got a picture of her in their cell right now because she in Easy Rider. They all got it. You know, so it's like that's the kind of shit. You know, you don't
You got
like
to
even
think
with
about
this, even
it.
being on here talking this shit, like people have taken my picture and my videos and reclipped them and done some weird shit. And it's just like it's cool because I got thick skin. I've performed on stage. I've done shit. I've put myself out there. So if you're the type of person you're gonna put yourself out there, you got to be prepared for what's
Right.
gonna happen when you're putting yourself out there, type shit, right?
Right.
Which is why
Right.
when people talk about like musicians and fucking, uh, fucking actors and actresses and all these like famous people, shit like that, you are unapproachable because what you don't understand is in the beginning of you doing that shit, when you make yourself approachable, shit always goes so fucking haywire and wrong. You feel me? So it's like once you're out there and you're approachable and you're like trying to be that, like that's the thing with like, so I fuck with Jelly Roll super tough, right? He makes himself approachable and he did a lot before he caught his little fame stroke, but now that he's caught that fame behind his movement, he can't be approachable as much as he wants to be. As good-hearted of a dude as he is, as much as he wants to help everybody out, you got to protect yourself, bro, because there's always the hater out there that's just like, who the fuck does this dude think he is? You know what I mean? What the fuck does he deserve that for when I'm over here struggling just as hard type shit? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like,
You got to be able
But
to roll
but
with
as
it.
hard as you struggling, did you have God on your side? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's what it takes too. Like motherfuckers will be there and they'll be like, "We're doing everything exactly the same," but one dude's praying every night and the other dude's smoking dope in the closet. Like, what the fuck you mean you doing everything the same? You're not. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to have a better life. Because there's those people that do. They stuck in their shit. They know they're going through everything they're going through every day, but they will still pray it out to who to them. Listen, if you don't even believe in religion, bro, and you are praying shit out, right? And you believe in what you're fucking praying, you're telling your mind to fight that battle.
Right.
You're fighting that battle within yourself already just by pouring it out to yourself out loud. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's like you could pray and not think anybody hears you, but you hear yourself, dog. You know what you need to change. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like I got to fight for anybody. I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care who you believe in. I don't care what you believe in. I could break the Bible down in a way that you don't even have to believe in religion. All you got to do is believe that the words are better than the life you're living right now, and you could live a better
Right.
life. You know what I'm saying? No
Exactly.
matter if there's anybody higher than that, it don't have to be higher than words on a page.
That's all
But
it
I can
takes.
make them pay. I can make them words on that page change your life without nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So
It is
yes,
what it
you
is.
just gotta. If you like, I like. If I fucking knew how to talk right and not be an asshole all the time, I'd be a pretty good motivational speaker.
You
I could
know,
probably get some motherfuckers
but
off their ass, bro. I know I did it to one dude. I had the homie fucking move up here and shit. And I talked so much shit to him. That motherfucker moved back home, got a job, fucking staying in a hotel. And he living in his car for 3 years before that. I brought him up here for
it,
2 months, had that motherfucker off of benzos for 2 months, long enough to clear his head up and fucking realize he had his head up his ass. You know what I mean? And
that
now
it
he's down
works.
there doing shit for himself. And it's like, that's what's up. That's good shit. If
It
nothing
works.
else, right? If you can only change one fucking life at a time, dog, do what you can. You never know whose life you're going to change.
Real shit. Real shit. Cause I had a homegirl that she was like doing bad, like bad, but I never closed my door. Like I'd always give her shit. Like she'd be like, "Oh, I got a bang," and I'm like, "Dude, if you're gonna do it in my bathroom, but hurry the fuck up. Like I'd rather you be here than out on the
Yeah.
block."
Yeah.
So for like a good, I think it took like a good 3 months. She lost her kids, everything. Like she just like I don't know, spun. Now after it's been a whole year after like since that happened, she's got her house, she's got her kids, she's got
Yep.
grandkids, she's got a job, she's doing
Fuck
right.
yeah.
She comes over here and she's like, "Man, I love you for being on my ass." And I told her, "You know what? It's that tough love and that unconditional. That's all
Yep.
people need, to take the time to understand you were going through a fucking time, bro. But I'd rather you be here because I'm a medical assistant. I knew what you were on.
Yeah.
So like, if something was to happen, I could immediately jump into action." And she's
Yep.
like, "Man, I can't thank you enough." And she's been total, honestly, I think it's been like 4 years clean.
That's good shit.
And
Because, I
I'm
mean,
like,
honestly, like, you never know. Like, you can't, that's the worst thing. And I mean, it's hard, right? Because when you're dealing with people and with sobriety and shit like that, like you hear about, you know, being an enabler, right? You're an enabler, you're enabling, you're blah 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 blah. So it's like you have to understand though that walking away from somebody, just like full blown walking away from somebody in their time of need, could be the most detrimental thing that ever happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's different stakes to the game. Like my dad, I've had to just kind of like, I love my dad. I'll give my dad time when I got the time, but I can't give my dad my time because I have too many other
Yeah.
people that depend on it, and you can't even help yourself, so I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault you for what you
Exactly.
do. I don't turn my back on you, but I can't help you because I got too much other shit I got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like there's just situations where it's like, and then I got my other homie who had got fucking tossed out on heroin, had moved off. His bitch left him. He came back here, tried to figure out his way after that whole shit, was clean off the heroin, ended up getting with a chick, having a baby, was drinking, not knowing who he wanted to be. Kind of had all of his little, his identity that he had before that kind of got crushed. Like he was like not the man in your typical sense, but like for being a little fucking alfalfa looking crooked tooth fucking like that dude, he had game, bro. He always had something going on, always had hustle going on, always had his crew of folks, always he loved by all his people, like, you know what I'm saying? And that all kind of washed out from under him when he started doing heroin because he took off on a bitch and he was like gung-ho over her and the drugs and shut everybody out. And when he came back, he just couldn't really find his place. And then, you know, short story longer, this fool calls me one night and he was supposed to come over and get tatted. He called me one night and he had been drinking and shit. I don't drink. I don't like dealing with people when they're drunk because they can't comprehend fucking like real issues. They just want to keep going over whatever's replaying in their head the whole
Mhm.
time. So I just don't like dealing with it most of the time. And you know, I told myself, I'm like, bro, I'll call this motherfucker back in the morning. I ain't trying to deal with it, right? Well, I never got the morning. That fool was dead an hour later, you know? So it's like, that shit'll sit with me forever, you know? Because it's like,
Mhm.
what could I have done answering that phone? I'll never know. I'll never know.
Right.
Like, I could go over it a million different ways, and maybe one of them would have been true. But how the fuck do I know? You know, it
Mhm.
didn't happen, so I don't fucking know. You know, but I
Right.
do know that uh, I did step in and interfere more than once. So at that rate, like it was either inevitable or, you know, I wasn't the person that was going to be able to, you know, solidify that not happening at that point because I had already fucking kind of intervened in similar situations before that. So it's like, you know, at that rate, where it was it always going to go there? And maybe I just postponed it.
Mhm.
Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just that shit'll sit with you too. So it's like, if that sits with me over not answering the phone, how the fuck you think it sits with people that are like got a husband and kids and shit now, and they're like, I wonder if my OF videos floating around.
That legit, like, I mean, I totally get it. It's true though, you know, like homegirl. I always had that fear because she, like, one day, what struck me was one day she told me, "I can't keep. Can you hit me?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I don't do that." Like, you know what I mean? And I was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck it." I was all, "Fuck it." And so like, I helped her, whatever. And she tells me, "I don't even want my kids." And I said, "What'd you say?" She goes, "I don't even want my kids." I told her, "Then you need to give your kids to their dad because he wants them. And when you get that act right, then we'll talk about getting them kids back." And
yeah,
she was like, "I can't believe you're telling me that." I said, "Well, do you want me to tell you the truth? Or you want me to just, blow smoke in your ass and tell you something different?" I
yeah,
said, "To give them up." So she gave whatnot. And then, like, here we are, 4 years later, got the kids, got the grandkids, doing the school thing with her kids. Like, I told her, "Do you ever regret that?" She goes, "Saying that, yes." She goes, "But I don't regret you being so fucking real that, like, it shook her."
yeah, yeah,
And I'm like, "Hey, that's what you needed. You needed someone to tell you, look, bitch, you're fucking up." Like, you know what I mean? And I hate being that person because I really am not that mean, but She goes, yeah, but if you weren't that frigid with me and that cold, she was, I would have never made it. And I'm like her
No,
mom
she would
loves
have
me.
lost the
So-
kids somewhere else, and it would have been a harder fight to get them back at that point. It would have been a whole ass ordeal, bro.
And
You
I'm
know,
like,
sometimes people just don't understand that. Like sometimes people don't understand. You gotta be, and I just use the term man just because, but you gotta be the bigger man sometimes and know when the fuck it's time to step back and give
right,
up that control that you so desperately want. You know what I'm saying? Like I
right.
heard some shit. I heard some shit, bro. I can't remember exactly what movie it's from. Hold on, let me see. Um, it was from fucking Law and Order Special Victims Unit, and this chick, this mom, set up a kidnapping plot. Well, no, the kid really got kidnapped. That's right, the kid really got kidnapped, but the mom set up a ransom plot based on the fact the kid got kidnapped to steal the ransom to run away with her new husband who had some gambling debt. But the baby daddy of the girl that got kidnapped was like semi-reformed from prison, but not really. Lived in like a junk ass halfway house, and he was a heist man for the baby mama's dad, who was like the OG who set up all the heist type shit, right?
Right.
So apparently they came and kidnapped the girl because the old man was supposed to fence some diamonds for some guys, but he was having dementia, forgot where he put the diamonds, and then the guys came back to get the money and he didn't know what they were talking about, so they kidnapped his granddaughter. So that's that whole plot. Well, in the whole mix, the guy who was the kind of younger dude that was the dad had got the girl back. The SVU detectives got him his kid back because the mom ran away. He was the best fit parent at the time. So the dude gives him some money. The detective gives him some money and shit to go get a nice hotel room, all this shit for the night, and then tells him to help him figure it out in the morning. You know, we'll find a place for you to go to so you don't got to take her back to that shitty halfway house with you will. You know, this is your first step towards moving in a good direction. Well, he ended up trying to rob the hotel, the dad, with a gun that didn't even have bullets in it because he knew he couldn't take care of the little girl. He knew in his head he'd never be straight enough to take care of the little girl. So one of the OG like mob dudes that they went and talked to shows back up at the precinct after all that happens and hands the detective like $100,000 in cash. And he goes, "This is for the little girl, basically." And he goes, "What's it for?" And he goes, "Cause I owed Frank some money." And he goes, "What for?" And he goes, "That's none of your business. Don't worry about it." And he goes, "Frank's going away for a long time." He goes, "I know. Give the little girl the money." And he goes, "What do I tell the little girl about her dad?" And he said, "Tell her sometimes you love something so much, you know you shouldn't have it." And I was like, "Wait, what? No
Yeah.
fucking way." You know? So I was like, that shit hit me in like a way deeper, you know. So it's like that hit me the way it's supposed to hit you. Most people will see that shit in that show, it don't even mean nothing to them. They on whatever
Right.
episode comes on next. You know what I'm saying? But when you deal with shit like that, when you've gone through that shit and that shit, it sits inside you somewhere and you see it, it relates hella tough.
Hell yeah. Because you're thinking about it and you're like, that's so fucking true. Like I wish somebody would have said that shit, when shit was
Yes,
going on. But, I mean,
a
you gotta
hundred
go through shit
percent.
to understand it. Like that's what I tell my kids. That's like my mom. My mom's so like goody goody. It's like she doesn't understand it, but still loves me. And I told her,
Yeah,
Mom, there's some shit. I love you to death because you put up with me. But don't think that the shit you told me growing up didn't resonate. It did. That's why I am who I am today. I was able to pull myself out of shit like like I'm missing teeth not because of dope. Like I had an ex that beat the shit out of me with a bat.
yeah.
You feel me? Like I've been through.
I had a homie catch a fucking Louisville to the face, bro. Bust out his like
Mhm.
his front five. It was like the two front top and the three bottom fucking just gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they're gone on both sides of my face. Like I can tell it now, but it's like people are all, oh, it's cracked, and it's no, 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 no. It's some motherfucker that thought that they were gonna run me. I left it. They came to my grandma's house. I got jumped by two females. When he saw me choke out them two females out of rage, I don't know if those were his bitches. I don't know. Comes with a fucking bat, cocks me in the face like twice with a bat. I think he got scared because out of all the rage, I got up and I spit out like seven teeth, and I'm like, "What's up, bitch?" But at that point, like you're Delulu, because you just got hit
Yeah.
in the head. You feel me? And it's like I sit back and reflect on it, and I'm like, "Fuck, man! Like I need to fix my teeth." Like it's embarrassing, because he did it out of because you think you're fucking pretty, bitch, and that wasn't my deal. It was I'm better than you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he thought like it was gonna put me in the hole like forever. Nope, I'm still
That's
here.
where like a lot of the propaganda in like the war on drugs and like the fight against shit like that is when people people in the world, it's just like people using the N-word on video games freely when they would never say that shit walking down the street in the middle of Oakland.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because you're saying it out of context, homie. You're saying it out of hate and derogatory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're at a place where something's been pushed on you or propagandized, so like all the pictures, like the faces of meth pictures or the
right.
meth mouth pictures or any of that shit, it's like I know a dude with cystic acne. He looks like a fucking dope fiend, bro. He's got some sort of rhythmic something, so he can't barely gain weight. His thyroid's fucked up. He can't barely gain weight. Eats like a fucking hog, bro. But he had cystic acne as a kid, so his face is all fucking pocked out
Mhm,
and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like every time somebody sees him, they're like, "Oh, look at this dope fiend. Oh, look at this
right,
tweaker." Like, you know what I'm
right,
saying? And so it's like, and that fool, he got a full ass grill, like full ass, like regular eating food all day
yeah,
type grill. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And fools are
that's
still talking
good.
shit. And it's like you'll see somebody that uh like so I ain't never done dope a day in my life, and I ain't got no teeth, and it's because I got bad calcium and I didn't take care of
Mhm,
my teeth. But you'll see somebody with like my mom. She got fucking smacked in the mouth with a golf club when she was a kid, busted her
mhm,
shit out as adult teeth. Now she got to wear a bridge with the fucking and it's so like people will like run their mouth no matter what, just based on the stereotypical propaganda that was put in front of them. It's all stereotyping, and this is the other fight that I rarely get into because it's not worth it to get into argument or conversation with dense-headed people that don't really understand, because
right,
there's stereotyping, right? So there's this whole like racist debate, right? And all this whole racism shit. And you got to understand, like my family is from the South. Like if anybody knows about racist motherfuckers, I know about racist motherfuckers, right?
right,
But you got to understand that when it comes to stereotypes and racism is built off of stereotypes and pattern recognition, right? So if you recognize that a certain type of people are doing a certain type of thing, right? Then stereotypically, you're going to associate that thing with that type of person. And now that becomes racist. You know what I mean? And I'm
right.
just like, wait, you just mixed everything in the pot, squirted ketchup on it, and called it spaghetti. What the
That's
fuck is you
it.
doing, bro? So it's like I don't like having like real conversation with dense headed people. I am not a racist. I love all people, dude. People are dope. People all add different shit to this world. Even the dope fiends and tweakers add shit to this world that we would never catch that flavor if they weren't here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Exactly.
I don't hate or discriminate on anybody. There was a time period in my life, we went over this on the last episode of the podcast, where I was influenced by a lot of racism, and I don't even, it wasn't even black and white. It was more propaganda. It was literally like, they were making like swastikas look cool, and they were making like fucking, wearing a shirt that says fucking 100% honky look dope. Like they were just making it look cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it wasn't even about like, oh, hate black people. It was like, bro, this looks dope. Let's all band together. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like that's
Right.
literally like what they were pushing. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, you guys are all racist, KKK. And I'm like, wait, what? Because we're proud to be
Right.
white? Like, wait a minute. What does that mean? Like then you're like, oh shit, now you're scared. Now you're like, okay, I don't want to be a fucking racist, but like I'm not black, so I can't be proud to be black. Like, you know what I mean? Now you're like, what do I be proud of? So now it's got
Exactly.
everybody confused and not knowing what the fuck they're supposed to do in their life. And it's like, okay, so the Asians are supposed to be proud that they're Asian, and the Mexicans are supposed to be proud that they're Mexicans, and the black people are supposed to be proud that they're black, and the fucking, fucking whoever, like they're all supposed to be proud that they are who they are, and the fucking Hawaiians and all these people. But we ain't supposed to be proud of nothing. I just didn't understand it. Like that's where I was just like, whoa, why is it got to be about like just because like I like being white, I gotta hate black people? That's when I didn't
Yeah.
understand it. That's when I'm like, okay, well, this ain't. I'm not that, right? Like I don't hate everybody else just because I think like fucking white boy shit is cool. I just think white boy
Right.
shit is cool. But I base my white boy shit off of a whole nother culture. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then
Like the
you
white boy shit I like ain't based on like blue collar button up guys that go to work. Like we like it's a society. Like you could say it. I'll never be a culture vulture, right? Like I ain't running around doing none of that shit. But I definitely related with like 90s grunge and rap way more than I would have ever related with like country music or rock or like classical or any of that shit when I was a kid. So it's like just because like I'm vibing on something like I enjoy, like I like that, like, okay, I don't wear my pants ass tight, but it's like I'm not hanging them down past my nut sack and my
right.
my shit hanging out. So it's like, how is the fact that like I got a little bit of style to me and I enjoy that my style reflects your style? I ain't got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's saying nobody's doing nothing better or worse than nobody else. But it's like you can't, it just drives me nuts. And then it's like, and then you go, so like for a long time, everybody was rocking like the Jabos and the tall tees and all that shit, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. So like I was selling dope and I was rocking Jabos because you could hide your dope in the straps. Like
Right.
it was nothing. It was cool. And then I started realizing everybody else was doing it. And then I'm like, oh, now the cops know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Exactly.
we're
Exactly.
taking these off because this is a red flag right the fuck away. So it's like, then you gotta, so I don't know. The world has just gotten so fucking weird, and ended is just like I said, it's throwing everything in a bowl, squirting ketchup on it, and calling it spaghetti, bro. And I
So
don't know why everybody
nicely.
ain't just understood. Like some motherfuckers like to be cowboys, some motherfuckers like to listen to fucking rap, some fools like to break into houses, and some fools like to shoot people when they come through the window. I mean, we're all different, bro. Just deal with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you don't want nobody coming through your window, make sure that ain't happening in your neighborhood before you buy a house.
Or
I
how you
did
feel
some due
about that.
diligence, not the best. I'm gonna tell you, you can look around and find information, and then move into an area and realize the info lied to you.
It's so confusing.
That
I'm
shit
like,
lied, bro. I walked
whatever.
out and I was like, I look out off my porch my first day here, and I'm just like, okay. And it's like it's super packy here, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll fuck with it. It did say that in the thing. It said that there was like a large like packy community here. So I was like, all right, it's cool. I got no problems with them. Hopefully they ain't got no problem with me, right? So, but my whole block is a northerner block, which I'm used to because even in the Bay, like though most of the shit was neighborhood related, like you'd catch some fools that grew up on the same block and their family was from different areas, and they'd be like, some would be northern, some would be southern, and like these folks would kick it, and they just rep the block type shit. And then you
Right.
have like other areas where you get into that were a little more rural. They weren't like quite the city, but they were still Bay Area. And it's like now it's like northern and southern shit all the way through. And then like all of a sudden it started getting to where it was like Now it's everywhere. So the Mexicans ain't claiming blocks no more like they be doing in Oakland and shit, unless they're in Oakland. Oakland is pretty much the one area where it's like you're from the Dubs or you're from, you know what I mean? And it's like whether you're Mexican or black or whatever you are, like that's your area. If you're in that, that's what you're fucking with, you know?
Right.
You get anywhere else now and it's not like that. But we don't have Bloods and Crips in the Bay. You might have some folks that
I
have
think
Blood or Crip affiliation that's in the Bay, but they're usually it's all block shit. It's like where you're from. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
And like
think
where you're
so
from
too.
ain't picking like a color. They're like picking the name of that area. Like if they're
Right.
just like the Bailey Boys or you know what I mean? Like they're like it's that shit. It's never like, oh, we're blood like Pyru Street blood type shit. It's like just that area type shit. So that shit's different running it. I've always known it my whole life because back in the 90s and 80s, there was kind of the Bloods and Crips shit. And then fools
Mhm.
were like ending up like living across the street from each other and getting put in the same project buildings as each other. And like now it's like full, I gotta walk out the hallway and run into you every time I go into the elevator. What the fuck is we doing this for? You know what I mean? So then it was like, okay, we're gonna rep the Marcy projects, or we're gonna rep this, or we're gonna rep, you know what I mean, or fucking Hunters Point, or wherever the different little spot was, because they were influxing people from different fucking gangs all into these projects, and now you're fighting the fool that lives across the hall from you every day.
Right.
You know, so
Exactly.
it's like there was that shit. So it's like if I could just keep my kids out of half of that. So my son, where I came from, when we moved out here, my son was the white boy. Nobody would give him a time of day. They're like, who the fuck is this white boy? Right? Where we moved from, he was the only white boy. So it's
Oh,
like
wow.
it wasn't there. He was the only one. You know what I mean? But these fools out here don't know that. So like he comes to this school for the first time and jumps up in school, and they're like, "Oh, who's this white boy?" Woo, right? And fucking, I told him, I said, "Listen, bro, they call you cracker all they want to. They call you whatever the fuck the situation is. Don't let that shit get under your skin. You're thicker than that. You know where you're from and who you're about and what's your situation." He's like, "Bro, they don't even know that like all my friends are Mexican and black." And I'm like, I get that. I get that. Like, don't let them like call you a racist and like say shit to make you feel like, bad for being a white boy, bro. There's nothing wrong with being the white boy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Carry yourself right and do what you're supposed to do. And ain't nothing wrong with being a white boy, bro. You could be a white boy and be just as solid as everybody else in the fucking world, dog. You know what I'm saying? And probably within it took a month or two of him like really like sticking it out and standing it down and being like, listen, bro, and not running over to the other little white kid and trying to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like standing his ground, like, no, this is who I am. Like, you're not gonna change me and make me go kick it with pale face over there just because you want me to. You know what I'm saying? I'ma stay where the fuck I'm at and I'ma hold my ground. And now like he got three of the most solid little Mexican kids I'd have never met to come over to my house, spend the night every night and shit and fuck around. Like they about to have tamales for Christmas. I'm like, bro, you gotta bring me some tamales, bro. Like, don't even
Really,
play. Like,
really.
you know what I mean? Like those are my folks. So it's like when people look at me and they perceive and they prejudge, right? It's prejudice, right? So we could keep it 100 when it comes to that whole shit. It's all of it is prejudice. You only call it racist when a white person is doing it. When everybody else is doing it, you're gonna call it a prejudice, right? So
Right.
what it is the whole world is prejudice, and they all judge people before they know who they are based on a pre-thought notion. It's like judging a book before by the cover type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
It's
the
true.
world. And I'm gonna tell you, like, we're getting into some crazy topics tonight. But look, I'm gonna tell you, when you think of that general scenario or that whatever the fuck that's called, I just put at you, right? Like you're judging a book by its cover.
Right.
We have told people, at least good people, at least the good people in the world, have told their children or the people they know or their friends when something's going wrong or whatever the situation may be, don't judge a book by its cover. You've heard your teachers tell you that, whatever the situation may be, right? Tell me why this is every fucking person in the world. You're not going to tell me that it's not. It's every single fucking person. We'll go to the store and buy some shit just based on what the package looks like. You gonna go to the weed club and buy a bag of weed based on what the bag looks like, because you can't even smell it or see it no more.
Right. You're
So it's
right.
like you got a whole world of people that judge every single thing they do by its cover. By its cover. You're walking out and you're looking at a bitch at the club and you're like, oh, that bitch got big titties and ass. She the one I'm going for. When she's a fucking psycho, she gonna stab you and steal your money, homie. And the bitch sitting right next to you got like $1 million in her bank account. She got some glasses on and her tooth a little crooked, but fuck it. You know, like, so I'm saying, don't judge a book by its cover, bro. Like, you never know. So, like, you'll walk up and look at me and you'll go, like, if I go to a barbecue with my people or I go wherever, chances are 90% of the people are going to walk up and be like, holy fuck, this looks like a prison yard. You know what I'm saying? But that don't matter. Like, what does what we look like matter? If you walk up, no matter what color you are right now, and say, what's up? Can I get some chicken? Let me get a hot dog. You gonna get it. You gonna get it just for coming up and saying what's up. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because we don't prejudge and we don't discriminate. Like, I was brought up with that. It's like I was brought up around people that, you know, it was the 80s and 90s. So the shit was blending out of being like super, you know, fucking either you're fucking with us or against us, segregation, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. All that shit had just happened within fucking, you know, a handful of years before I came into the world. So I seen the tail end of the shit. You know what I mean? I seen going to a school and only one black kid went to my school. Only one. I don't think there was any Mexicans in my school until I hit junior high school.
That's crazy.
You feel
That's
me? So it's like
crazy.
I lived in that time, and it's not because I went to a dope ass school and it was like segregated or any weird shit like that. It was just like my town that I grew up in. There was only like I think 2 black families in the town. Everybody knew them. They were like the one was like the janitor of the school district and like you know what I mean? Nobody. It wasn't ever like oh who the fuck like they were on the softball team and like part of the parades and like so it was never but it wasn't like now if I was to go look at that yearbook for that same school in that same exact district it would be different and I believe that if we could pull the um generational generational racism out of people and what they teach their youth. So
Right.
listen, I had a conversation with this lady at work one time, right? She was a black chick from Hunters Point. She's up there talking to me, and I'm telling her same kind of shit, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we was over there chilling in the projects. My cousin, my aunt grew up in the project. And she's like, "White people in the projects?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "No way." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "What do you mean? Like, you know, like where's your house at?" And I'm like, "It's in the projects." And like, "But you don't have like an actual house?" And I'm like, "Bitch, right now today I rent a fucking from some like Chinese lady." You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got a house. What the fuck did you mean?
Yeah.
And she's like,
It,
well, what, like, so it's like they got this, like, they get taught. She literally told me, like, their grandparents and all that shit, like, teach them, like, that white people hate, like, every white person. Don't let them lie to you. Every white person hates black people. And I'm just like, girl, you're tripping. This is literally the girl who, like, put in my mind to start a podcast years ago. This was like 5 years ago. And she was like, bro, we could sit down and like me and you could talk back and forth about this shit and like it would blow people's minds. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I understand it because it goes both ways. You'll have those households where you got people that grow up and like their dad lost his job to, you know, fucking whatever, some migrant workers or fucking whatever the situation may be, or lost it because they had to influx more minorities into the business or however they want to frame it, you know. And now
yeah.
that kid, dad's talking shit to the mom. Now these fucking bop bops and dop dops and fucking. Now the kid's hearing it, you know. And then all of a sudden, now that kid's good, you know. So now you're Now he's like, kids are at school, and he's like, I fuck that dude over there. He's a fucking whatever, yeah, burn, fucking. That's how it goes. And so
Right.
it's like you'll do that. That same shit will happen. Like you'll go to, I've seen it, I've heard it, I've talked to people who it's literally like I go, listen, I used to kick it in Parchester Village, Richmond. You can't get in or out of Parchester Village, Richmond without a pass. You know what I mean? And I'm in this house one time, and this baby is in diapers, bro. In diapers, bro. And he's running around yelling out, "Pass me that blunt, nigga." And I'm like, wait a
Oh,
minute now. Like, wait a minute now. So it's like,
no.
you got to understand that sometimes if that's all you know, that's all you know. Right? So
Right.
I see this shit and I go, okay, I came up doing the same shit. We was running around pretending like we was puffing cigarettes and we was, talking shit. I'll fuck you. It different because we were little white kids. But it doesn't negate the fact that this shit happens everywhere.
It does.
This shit happens everywhere, bro. And if you're not paying attention to what you're doing in front of your children are picking up everything you don't want them to receive, man. And it took me a little while to figure that out. And it took me a little while to kind of get that shit under wraps. Even still to this day, like my older son, he don't want to be like his daddy. His daddy too rough for him. Like he won't, when he's having problems at school, he won't tell me because he don't want me to go down there and jerk somebody out the school by their neck. Like
Yeah.
he's gentle. He's a little asshole and he's tough, but he don't want confrontation. He'll try to avoid conflict as much as possible. He's just trying to chill and have a good time type shit.
Right.
My other son, I gotta watch what I do around him. Like he's copying every fucking thing I do, dude. Like everything I do. It's crazy. And he's only 2 right now. And
Hmm.
so they all kind of copy you it too, right? Like they all kind of copy me doing little shit that I wasn't really thinking they were watching. You know what I mean? But like this little one, he's like if I like and spit, that fool walks up and spits behind
Right.
me. Like if I like and make a noise or do some shit with my nose, he'll walk. So could you imagine if I was like snorting cocaine? And I was like trying to clear my shit all the time or doing some shit like that. Like that fool be walking around like
You know,
like that's bullshit.
I've
And
seen
people
it
don't think
happen.
about this, bro. So like even if nothing else, if one person hears this conversation and realizes that like sometimes you gotta open up and realize what you're putting in front of you. Even me, like even if me just saying this helps me realize more of what I need to kind of keep out of eye contact or ear contact of the children, because our kids they're fighting a losing battle nowadays with the people fucking pushing sexuality on children really young, um,
No.
pushing like just like why you ain't pushing dolls and shit like kids toys. Like I don't even see bro. It's weird. Like you'll look at kids toys now and you look at the packaging on kids toys and shit and it's not catchy. Like with all the AI and all the different shit they have, like why aren't they juicing up like toys? Like why ain't toy packages getting juiced up? Like I remember back in the 80s and 90s, bro, the package was huge, bro. You'd open that shit up, it'd be a little tiny toy in it. But the package was just so catchy and flashy and like trying to pull you in. But you only see that with like alcohol or tobacco items or weed bags or the commercials with like Victoria's Secret commercials or like any of that kind of shit. That's what gets glorified. And it's just like what the fuck are they doing to our kids?
It
It's
just
weird.
turning me. It's not even cool. Like true story. Like I used to do yay in the day, and I had this homegirl that like her son was always with us, and I was like, dude, you need to leave your boy at home. Like leave
Yeah.
your fucking kid at home. Get a babysitter. I always had a babysitter. Thank God, paid for it. Whatever.
See, that's the
Not
thing.
saying
I
that it
didn't
was
have a
wrong.
babysitter, but like I said, the spot that I called the trap, like we had this lady there. the Mama Tina, rest in peace, right? She used to fucking help keep an eye on all the kids and shit while we were all over there. It was never like a dirty ass like dope
Right.
fiend house when I would go like kick it or party with my friends or people. It was always clean ass houses with people
Right.
doing dope fiend shit. But they all had kids. So it was kind of like, oh, we're gonna throw all the kids like over here in the
Mhm.
playroom and
Yeah.
let them all play type shit. But before long, you got them all bleeding out into the backyard and to
Yeah.
try not to let them catch the solo cup and you know what I mean. So it's like
Yeah, but kids are
at
kids,
some
and
point, hey, and
mm,
thank the Lord, I just looked at a picture like 2 days ago of one of my homies. I used to go to his house, super tough and fuck around. That's my dog. I love him to death. And I seen a picture of him, and he had moved away, and he was like with his kid, super chunky, looking super good, doing super well for his life. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta understand that like I stepped away from everybody and just like stopped talking to everybody, bro. And I've
mm,
heard, people doing their thing and doing good and whoop and blah. I was a tattoo dude. I tattooed on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And now I got to where it was like I knew if I was going certain places and doing tattoos, there was a bag of powder on the counter, like
of
for the
course.
get down. Am I just gonna go there and tattoo and like just okay guys, bye and not party afterwards? No. You know what I'm
Gonna
saying? So I just had to separate myself from the situation, right? Less opportunity for error. That's what I used to always tell my wife. She'd be like, my wife has dealt with insecurity issues from shit growing up and all that, and it's like I would always tell her, I'd be like, listen, she'd be like, yeah, but if you go out somewhere and there's girls and woo woo, and I'm just like, look, I can understand every concern you would ever have, but for the type of person I am, right? I'm not gonna allow myself that opportunity for error. Right. So like anybody else, you're like, oh yeah, you're gonna go and there's gonna be girls there, you're not gonna be able to not talk. Well, no, I will because I won't allow for that opportunity for error. I'm not gonna go over there and even insert myself with a convert. Like I'll sit with everybody and talk and chop it up, but I'm not gonna separate myself from a group of people that are talking and talk to a female
right.
solo group, whatever the situation may be, and allow for that opportunity for error, right? Because you never know. You could, not want to have any situation change in your life. You could love the person you're with, whatever. You could be having a bad day. You could be talking to
Mm,
somebody and that person just have the fucking devil that knows you in their ear telling them exactly what you want to hear to make you feel better
right.
about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that could give you that opportunity for error. You don't need that.
Mm,
If you know that that's what you need, you got that opportunity to find a way to let your loved one know that that's what you need from them. And if you don't
mm,
need it from them, then just you shouldn't even be in the situation. Period. Back yourself out of
exactly.
the situation if you want to get some satisfaction from somewhere else, right? Go be
Exactly.
solo. You want
Exactly.
to be a player? Go be solo player. Ain't nothing I hate worse than somebody who has a bitch sitting on the warmer at home and is out playing fucking games.
That drives me nuts.
What the
That drives
fuck is
me nuts.
wrong with you, bro? What, you want to go play games all day, but that bitch don't want to go home with you and sleep with you, so you got to go home so you ain't in bed alone with somebody else? Nah, fuck that. You should have pulled your string a little tighter, homie, and had that bitch go home with you. You can't, you
Exactly.
can't, you can't catch it all the way and make it stay, dog. That you should just be out playing no matter what. Like, what the fuck? Don't
Fact.
even. I hate that shit. Don't play that game with me. You know what I
Facts. I
mean? And it's like
do.
I was one from high school on that like my relationships were all salt. I was never like a 2 week relationship type of dude. Like I would put time into somebody before I started a relationship with them. And then I would start the relationship. And the relationship, I don't think I had a relationship that was under 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like not a one. Well, okay, maybe my first one coming back into high school, there was this chick I was with for like 2 months. We never really did nothing. She just kind of like, I think her friends dared her to ask me out or some shit. I was a freshman, and fucking, we went out for like a couple weeks, and then through that, I ended up meeting like her homegirls, right? So like they dared her to come up and talk to me when obviously the ones daring her were the ones interested, because then I end up kicking it with the group of people and busting down with two of her other homegirls in long relationships. You know what I'm saying? And then I got out of high school and fucking, tried to play the long game there. And I ended up fucking, but I've been with my wife for 13 years. We got married in 2021. So 4, and it's like, I don't see, like, listen, I skated through all of the 90s and all of the early fucking 2000s without any fucking letters. Like, no letters, no S's, no A's, no H's, none of those. No big letters. You know what I mean? No, nothing. So it's like, I didn't even, like, even the fucking, the vaccine they're like giving kids at like 6 now, whatever the HPV shit. Like, I didn't even, like, I made it out of all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I could make it through all that, what the fuck I want to run around and play with the fucking petri dishes for? Like, I'm cool. Like, I'll hang out. Like, you know what I mean? I know where I'm at. I know what I got going on. And that's the thing. Like, if you know you're solid, like, this is the other thing, right? You can't, if you know you're solid, you ain't never bringing nothing home to your old lady, right?
Right.
And
right.
if you know you're solid and something happens to you, you know where it came from.
On point.
Right? So it's like, why would you not want that? Why would you not want that solidity as a man to be like, I know I ain't doing shit, so if something pops up, bitch, I know it's you type shit. Like, I know I'm 100. I could walk the fucking run and not have no second thoughts about it, no guilt, no nothing, because I know what the fuck I've been doing the whole time. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't know why, as a man, you wouldn't want that. Like, if you want to go be a player, bro, and fuck bitches, go be a player and fuck bitches. It's cool. Like, but don't like have a bit, like, there's plenty of bitches out there that would just run around and fuck you without being like, oh, will you be my girl, and playing them and leading them on and all that shit. What you got to even full blown lead somebody on at all for? Like, when you got a whole ass, like they said, there's plenty of fish in the ocean. Yeah, and they're all fucked off in the head now because of feminism, and they will fuck anybody. You know what I'm saying? They're just like that shit is free.
Nobody thinks about that shit. They just go and pay the
free. Like, it's always been said too, like, guys have it hard, you know what I mean? A girl could just go out and open her legs and, like, she will get fucked. Like, it may not be the best looking guy in the world, but it will happen. Like, you could get that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to a guy, guys have such self-esteem issues most of the time. They won't even walk up and ask a girl. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy that most dudes don't understand out here? Most dudes don't understand this. And I figured this out by well, one, because my wife is fucking bad, right? But all it really takes, and most people don't realize this, and I've had like really, it may not be all of them, right? But I've had fairly good looking women, 9s, 10s, that have, like, full blown said most of the time, like, all it takes is somebody who doesn't act like a fucking douchebag to come up and talk to them to get anywhere. Because most people are so fucking afraid to come talk to them based on their looks alone that they can't even have a real conversation with people. So if you walk up to a bitch that's bad, definite 10, bro, and you come up with some intellect and a conversation, half the time you're going to get further than anywhere else in your life, because that's all they're looking for, is somebody who wants to come up and have a conversation rather than be like, bitch, I'm trying to take your pants off.
Exactly.
It's
But
crazy, bro, the way the world works, man. And it's like,
you have to think about it too, because this question arose one day, and it was like, somebody asked, hey, what's your body count? In my head, I'm thinking like laying motherfuckers down, like,
oh yeah, 100%. That's what I've always thought about too. I'm like, man, I have like 5 teardrops right now. Like,
I got a freezer full of motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it was brought up, and I'm like, well, 10. And he's like, and they were like, well, what the fuck? And I'm like, because I take pride in myself, because you don't want to Like, you don't want to one day find that one fucking person that wants to settle down, and then because you've been passed around like a relay, they don't want to fuck with you. Then they don't want to put a ring on it. They don't want, because you were passed around like a relay. So what does that tell you? You've got to take pride in yourself as a woman, which is hard, but I'm facts. Dude, it's like, I'm not real quick to it, but it's like in the back of my head, I'm like, bro, this dude's got, what it takes, da da da. It might be a relationship. I don't want to lay down with him, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows I've
So
been with the
I'm
dude,
gonna tell you right now, had I been with any more people than I had been with, um, having the and I've probably kept my body count light with my wife for this specific reason, but it's like you will have a person who you, like you're saying, you love, you care about, you want to be with
Mhm.
that person, and it goes both ways. Like it like it'll chew like a you don't think that it'll chew a chick up like if they
Yeah,
know that every bitch that pops up on your Facebook you've been with? You
for
know what I'm saying?
real.
So it's like it don't go like they always the whole feminist movement be trying to say like, oh, it's okay for guys to fuck a bunch of girls, and they're like, yeah, high five, good shit, bro, and then girls get slut shamed, and it's like, yeah, but those guys are only getting high fived by their homies.
Correct.
They're
Correct.
not getting high fived by other bitches, right? So it's like, and if you think about it like this, when it comes to when females do that shit, they get shamed by both sides.
Correct.
So out of self-preservation, just knowing how animalistic society is, if you know that as a man doing that, yeah, you're getting high fives from your homies, but all the bitches think you're a fucking lame. Like,
Fuck
it's not
you.
like they're all like, you'll have like one group of girls that they're like, and this is just high school shit. This ain't like grown shit. It's not like you go out to the bar type shit and you're kicking it with people, and a bitch, the whole group of girls sees that that dude's like been fucking with like eight of these other bitches, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get him too. Right? No, that ain't what y'all be thinking
No, that's not
about.
what you
Like,
do. That's
you
not
know what
what
I'm
you
saying? But
do.
now the dude who kicks it with all the homies that are all tagging bitches, and he ain't getting the bitches like that. He just like the hang around dude trying to soak up on the game. He'll go tag that bitch that everybody else tagged just because he think it easy.
Right.
He can't get no other bitches, so he gonna come tag you now because he knows you just ran through all the rest of the homies.
So why
And I've
not?
had this shit happen firsthand. I've had motherfuckers come up to people I know and be like, hey, you fucked all my homies. What's up? You want to go back to the house? And I'm like, bro, I'll crack your neck. I ever hear you talk to this bitch like that again. Are you fucking shitting me? Like number one, who the fuck you think you are? Number two, you gonna come say some shit like that in front of a grown ass man like me and think that you're not gonna get slapped in your fucking mouth? Like, come
For
on,
real.
bro. Like,
I
it's
think
crazy out
about
there.
it
It's crazy
too.
out
I
there. So
think about it.
it's scary. My oldest two are female twins, 17, and they're at 17. I can almost confidently say I don't think they've laid it down yet.
Awesome.
Right? Like they stay pretty focused in what they're doing. Uh know they're better than most of these boys out there. So I think it's pretty solid. My son, he's 11, starting to get into that little get down, but he ain't focused on. If I wouldn't have been focused on fucking females, I'd have went further in life. So
We all do.
I gotta like let him know not to chase that shit, right? Because if you build yourself up as a man, that shit gonna come the way it's supposed to,
Right.
right? You gotta
Right.
make yourself what people want. Don't chase what you want. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to relationship and being somebody in life. Like I spent too long like focused on the relationships I was in young and didn't build what I could. Like I was tattooing at 12, bro. I could be famous by now if I put all my shit into that. You know what I mean? This was before Miami Ink and fucking Kat Von D and all these people. Like I could have very well, if I would have put my effort into that, could have very well ran that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so I just, you know, it's there's a time and a place, and that's one thing. Like when you grow up in a time period where, you know, people, I'm glad that my wife pays as much attention to my kids as she does, because she's a little younger than me. She came from a little different upbringing than me, so she kind of got that in her. I I could run the streets freely at fucking 9 and 10 years old, bro.
Yeah.
I could just run. I'm going to the store, go steal some change off the couch, and be gone.
Yeah.
You know. So it's
Exactly.
like, and that created a lot of fuck is that? That created a lot of opportunity for error at the same time, right? That put me in situations. Like I can remember one time I was on my way to school and this dude drives up and he pulls up and he's like, hey bro, you know where, like asking me for directions. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, where you going? I was like, school. He's like, you need a ride? I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take a ride. Jumped in the car. You know what I mean? Homie gave me a ride to the school, dropped me off, no weirdo shit. I think he was running from the police and just picked me up to kind of have like a little like alibi type shit if the cops came up on him, because he was like, he kept like overlooking and like checking his mirrors every time he would turn the corner type shit. I brought up like some OGs I knew because of my dad and shit. He knew a couple of OGs that we knew. And so, I mean, it was probably some shit like that, but I was naive enough. I just jumped in the fucking car. I didn't think
Yeah.
twice about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad that we're more aware nowadays, I guess, of the fucking evil that's out there. But I
It,
feel like sometimes we try to make our kids too aware, and it's got a society of really scared people.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's got
mean,
a
I think,
society of scared people, and the scared people like to, you know, like hop on the internet and just talk shit.
no, but it's true though. Like I always told my kids, you better think about that shit before you go and like rock with it. Like just think about you as a whole, fuck who you're with. Think about you as a person. What are you reflecting? But most importantly, remember that while y'all are out in the world, y'all are all little reflections of me. So
Yeah,
if y'all put y'all's asses and make that mistake, then that shows the world that I fucked up somewhere. Which that's fine, because I mean I'm not perfect, but think about it before you do any. Like my girls, like I said, my daughter, I know he's gonna put the ring on it because he's already talked to us about it. Took her shopping. I couldn't
yeah,
like I'm so happy about it, but it's like fuck, I'm getting old and I'm gonna be the mother of a bride. But it's like, but I'm so glad y'all took y'all's time. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And I mean, if
There's no
homie
proof,
saw it right and fuck it, you know, so I mean, it could be a blessing in the end, right? It's like if you, that's another thing. Is like, so with my wife, um, she comes from she comes from a good family background, right? But she was a problem child, so
Mm,
she
I
got,
see.
you know, pushed to the side a lot, and her mom was kind of a problem child too, you know. But um pretty much I'm able to, like, her parents, her dad died a couple years back, right? Didn't do a whole lot to take care of her, but her mom is now in the position where, like, you know, not everything always goes the way it's supposed to go, right? She just had to up and move where she was from, get a new spot, and like, so it's like, if you don't have, as her family and seeing me, and even though I've struggled, and even though we've had our ups and downs and our bullshit, and you know, went through sometimes, you know, being lucrative, sometimes super struggle, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always there. I always stood
Mm,
tough. I'm always trying to pull us out. I'm always trying to do what I can. And it's gotten it to where I've worked us so far up. We got 3 kids in the house and 2 cars and a Harley and fucking, you know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes you just gotta fucking, you like, diamonds ain't made easy. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes time and pressure, bro. And
it
if you ain't
does.
got the time and you ain't, if you ain't got the patience to withstand the time and the pressure, all you gonna get is a cubic, homie. You're not even like you ain't even you know what I mean. It ain't even worth your time at that point. So it's like if I could stick out all the bullshit, like what does that matter if one day when I'm old and nobody else would be by my side, I still got her sitting right by my side type shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. 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 It's like you got to appreciate the struggle to know that one day you're going to sit back and you're going to be like, you remember when we
Hey,
didn't
Bella
have,
Grossos, it still takes a little bit of pressure, okay? The time may not be as timely.
but it's
We're
just like,
talking real diamonds, not that lab shit.
I reflect on it because I'm like, damn, I remember when I was in the car with the kids and I had nowhere. And it's like, and I'm here today and my kids are all in college. I did something right. And it's like, damn, you did something right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, look at your reflection, look at your little pieces of you, four different pieces of me that have totally turned my life around for the better. And it's like,
Oh yeah, like I literally lived in the van with my kid, bro. And when I got my kid out of that van and into a fucking house again, I was like, I'll never. He was young enough; he'll never remember it. But I'll never let it happen again. You know what I mean? I will do everything in me, bro, to never let that happen again. You know. So it's like even now, like when I talk about this shit, he's like, "Wait, what? We had to live in a van?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro. What are you talking about?" You know. But it's like that's really like, that's what it was. But it's like my wife woke up every day. They went to the fucking. I woke up every morning, drove to the parking ride, got in the car with my carpool to work. I went to work every day. My wife would go to the YMCA. Her and my son would shower, get their little breakfast on for the day. They'd go to a friend of ours' apartments and they'd all do the laundry and all our shit. So it was like a regular routine. It wasn't like we were, living in dirty clothes and being, you know what I mean? We just didn't have shelter. My only shelter was my van. I had a bed built in the back of it. I had curtains all the way around it. Like I had it set up, right? But it's not, I could do it alone my whole life. You put
right,
me in a van down by the river with some government cheese right now, I ain't even fucking tripping. But I
for
don't want
real.
that for my children, right? Like if my son wants to go travel the world and do some van life shit, cool. More power to him, right? But I don't want you stuck living in a fucking car, bro. I don't want you feeling like you got nothing else to do. So I want to try to solidify some sort of path for you, So I be trying to teach him. That's one thing I always had to fall back on is like when I was running the streets before I had the kid and we were like doing the van thing when it was just me and the old lady running the streets. Like I would tattoo on fools just to get enough money to go get a hotel room for the night. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then while I had the hotel room, so I would tattoo, I would have to get somebody set up that would come and get the hotel room for the tattoo, right? So they come, we get the room, they pay for the room, I put it in my name, whatever the situation was, we do the tattoo. Then while I have that place, I try to set up however many other tattoos I could while I was there. You know what I mean? And then live off that for a minute. I had a homie that like he was his house was it wasn't so his garage was the trap, but his grandma owned the house. You know what I mean? So he had a bedroom and shit in the house, but his grandma, like the garage is where it was really going down at. So like that fool would be in the garage all night. I'd go tattoo on him. That fool go let me sleep in his fucking room for the night because nobody was in there type shit. You know what I'm saying? I needed a fucking bed to sleep in. So it's like I got hustle, bro. You're not gonna catch me like under a bridge, not giving a fuck, pissing on myself, just like, nah, I'm cool. This is it. Like, no, I'm gonna do more than that, bro. I have to. You know what I mean?
Headstrong. You got to be strong about it. Like, this
Which
is,
is
I mean,
sad because like my brother lives under a bridge, bro. It fucking makes me cry every day. It's crazy.
it does, but it's like if they don't find it within themselves, and I hate to say it because I had to do it, it's like if you don't slap yourself hard enough to tell yourself that this ain't fucking life and I'm able body, I need to be out there getting it however I can, then it's
Yeah,
up to
for
you.
real.
That's your choice. I've hit the worst of times, the best of times, and now I'm comfortable. And you know what? I couldn't be more happier than ever to say that I struggled, but I made it.
Yeah.
So it took hard work and effort and self healing and building to where now it's like, damn, bro, I did it. So if I could do it, then what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just within oneself, and you have to be able to like dust it off your shoulder. Like, I've been to some places, but you don't live there.
Yeah. So
You
Bella Grossos, I I totally get you. Sorry, that's in the chat. I get you with the empty stomach and wallet give you the best lessons in life because I'm gonna tell you right now, um, life is hard. It doesn't come with a manual, but
know,
I can go I can go without food, bro, without money. Like if everybody else is happy, right? If everybody else is happy, if everybody else is chilling, doing their shit, and I gotta go without and I gotta suffer a little bit, I'll suffer a little bit, bro. And because I've been there. I've been without food, I've been without money, I've been without gas in the car, I've been stuck trying to find somewhere to sleep under some stairs before. So it's like when you come from that, you don't have to have all that other bullshit everybody else has to have to stay happy. You know what I mean?
you gotta appreciate what you got, and what you do with it is what matters. It's not about anything
Yeah.
else. What you do with it, you know what I mean? Like,
Jake, come back. Where'd you go, bro?
I mean, it's a tough road. It's, and people have opinions just like we all have assholes. Like, I mean, it is what it is, but you got to make that change within yourself. I mean, it's no one's gonna come at you and say, I mean, if it does happen, hey, that's bomb, like you're blessed, but no one's gonna come up to me and say, here, you know what, Amy, here's the block, go do your teeth or go do what you want. I've got to build up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, but notice how what I hate the worst is when they're like, well, look at your teeth. Well, yeah, but given the situation, I'm still strong enough to show my face on camera and still talk to people like normal because I don't give a shit what you're thinking up here. What I'm thinking is, girl, you made it another day and you lived through it, and you still got your shine on somewhat. You know what I'm saying? With all the backlash and all the jokes. To me,
That's
overcoming.
one thing that I have to like that I tell my wife constantly, bro, because she be other people's opinions matter, and I'm like, but they don't. Like I don't. I could give a fuck what anybody else thinks of me because they're not paying my fucking bills, right? I don't have to sit in the house with them all day. They don't have to fucking listen to me all day. They don't like me. They can kick fucking rocks. I don't care, right? I don't care what your opinion is of me because you're doing nothing for me. If you like me and you want to kick it and we're partners, cool. But if you got some sort of like judgment against me, I don't fucking care. What difference does it make to me? Like, are you over here part of like my community? Are you fucking helping me pay my water bill? Like, you ain't done shit for me. Are you my boss? Like, dude, am I employed by you? Like, how does your opinion fucking matter to me at all, bro? Like I'm not trying to impress you. So what the fuck do I care what your opinion is? And
Right,
that's one thing, like when you're solid in what you're doing and you're solid in your life and you're 10 toes down on everything, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks,
it don't.
right?
It
It's
don't.
like if I'm not doing anything that's hurting anybody, if my opinion is not bringing physical harm to anybody, then what the fuck does it matter to you? You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, turn the channel. Like
Exactly, exactly
straight
my
up.
point. Like,
I've had
it
to
is
tell because
what
like
it is.
I'll be sitting there and some shit will go on out in like public, and my wife will be like, "Bro, come on, don't." She gets embarrassed, right? And I'm like, I can understand getting embarrassed, but look, I don't give a fuck what any of these people think. Are they coming over here and paying my bill right now? Fuck no, they're not paying for my meal. So what the fuck do I care what they think? You know what I'm saying? Were they being respectful and quiet so I could eat my dinner? Fuck no. So what I gotta be respectful and quiet for them for? It's
Exactly.
a two-way road, bro. You know what I mean? I'm in my lane. Pick yours. Like so, but
Right.
she also had to bring me to light on shit. Like people ask me for money all the time out in front of stores, bums and shit, and I'll be like, "Nah, bro, I'm sorry, I ain't got, I don't got change on me. I don't got cash on me." She's like, "You don't owe them an apology or an excuse,
Right.
ever." You feel me? If you got money in your pocket, you want to give them money, cool. You ain't got money in your pocket, and you don't. Even if you do got money in your pocket, and don't want to give it to them. You worked for that money. That's your shit. Don't feel bad for not giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get you got a big heart and shit. You want to help people out, but don't let them make you feel bad because they're asking you for money and you don't want to give it to them. And that's what the world has done with, I guess, like most. I don't feel this way. I never really have felt this way, but like I see white people that feel this way. I've been watching like the Hebrew Israelites, and they're like making white people kiss their boots and shit. And I'm just like, who? What are you sorry for? Like was your granddaddy like a slave master? Like, what are you even on your knees for? That's so crazy. Like, you're letting people make you feel bad about just being alive. Like, you ain't even no part of that. Like, do you wear your granddaddy's fucking pendant on your wrist? Like, are you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything that has to do with anything that has to do with anything that has to do with that even has been part of your life ever? But you're over there on your fucking knees, like, because you feel bad for being white. No, feel bad that people treat people like shit. Don't feel bad for being white, bro. All people treat people like shit. I feel bad that motherfuckers gotta drive down the street and be scared that they're gonna get shot by a cop. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. But I also know that if when you get pulled over, you put both of your fucking hands out the window from the gate, the white, black, orange, Mexican, it don't fucking matter. You put both your shit out the window from the, you turn your car off so the lights go off. Then you stick both your hands out the window till they walk up and you see what's going on. Ain't nobody gonna treat you like nothing, bro. So it's like, it's a pride thing. It's like, oh, well, I ain't gonna fucking act, you know, and then your pride gets the best of you. And now you're like, oh, it's because I'm fucking white. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what? It kills me, bro. It kills me how people just are so ignorant with that shit nowadays. So I teach my kids, bro. Like I said, I teach my kids. It ain't no color, bro. But you know, even my son, he be talking shit, calling me a racist just because of some of the shit I say, and I'm like, motherfucker, listen, I ain't a fucking racist. Y'all be throwing that R word around way too fucking much. Just because I said I know homie's gonna have tamales for Christmas because he's Mexican, don't mean I'm being racist. Motherfucker, that's a cultural staple. That's what motherfuckers do. So you're gonna take something that's a stereotype or a staple or something that you know somebody does based on their religion or their ethnic background or whatever, and now you calling somebody racist just because they pointed out, I wanted a tamale. How the fuck is that racist? You know,
Right.
it's just, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Peace out real quick because I didn't like that message I got.
Who is the bear team? What's up, bear team? Unmute your mic, man. Chop it up. You on stage, player? Oh, they all dropped out. So, Amy, if that was who I think it was, I want to say I don't think that was personalized towards you. May have been, may have not have been. If that was Rod, then that was just Rod telling jokes. I don't think it was personal. What's good? Why you keep dropping out and coming back? Turn your mic off. Turn your mic on. We are. Oh, that's funny. No, I get it though. I just, I don't understand why people are as salty about everything as they are, bro. We're all just people trying to fucking make it. But all right, well, fuck. It's been 2 hours and 19 minutes. Amy, thank you for coming in. I love the conversation. I appreciate that shit. If you wanna, Bella Grossos, click on my name at the page. I'll stay on for a minute if you want to hop in. Click at the top of my page on my name. Go to my home page. There's 2 lives showing. The second live down, click it, and at the top is a link. If you click the link, it'll bring you backstage. I'll pop you on. But Amy, thank you for the conversation. That was dope. I appreciate it. We went over some dope topics. I'm gonna do these call-ins for at least another probably 2 weeks. I wasn't gonna have the thing to do a Christmas episode, but now that I have it because they charged me again over some bunk shit, I'm definitely coming in Christmas. We'll do a Christmas show. Definitely going to do. Okay, we're dropping a We on the Porch podcast episode, Christmas special. I'm bringing it to you right now. We was keeping it a secret. It's no longer a secret. Y'all got 5 days. We hopping on, right? It's going to be 6 o'clock, Christmas night. We're going to pop in, give y'all a little quick rundown, right? We're going to go over our favorite Christmas movies. We're going to go over the toys we never got when we were growing up. We're going to go over the present we wish we still had from when we were a kid. The whole nine, bro. Christmas special coming. Be ready for it. I hope y'all get in there. And then, yeah, We on the Porch podcast going to come back next year. Season 2. So be ready for it. Belly Grossos, are you hopping in with your boy, man? I got half this blizzle left. I'm going to puff it down and stay on. If you want to hop in, hit the link. Anybody else on here, you want to come in and chop it up with your boy? I just had a 2-hour conversation with the homegirl, Amy, man. You want to come in and jump on and we can bullshit, talk some topics, man. Hop on. I'm going to do this more. You guys want to fucking, get the nerve up later, jump in. I'll get another live stream going. But yeah, I'm here and I'm fucking with y'all. So if you want to get on, go to my homepage right now. Click on the horizontal live. That's the one that looks big, not vertical, but big. At the top is a link. You can click the link. The link will bring you backstage right now, and I'll pull you up. You talk some shit. Amy, don't know where you went. I want to say I don't think the gummy bear was specified for you. But if it was, I'm sorry they did you like that. Why not? You can't cam up because you don't want to, or you can't cam up because you can't figure out how? Yeah, on your phone. I'm on my phone. This is my phone. You're still on the wrong one, though. Okay, so look. Right now, you're on the vertical feed. Lola, can I see your phone? So right now, you're on the vertical feed. If you go to up at the top of the page, it shows my picture in a little circle. If you click that, it'll bring you to my page. It'll say family across the top, and then there'll be a live and a live. Go down to the second live. In those comments is a starred comment. Click that starred comment, and it'll bring you backstage. And if you can't figure it out, I'll get the wifey's phone, and I'll give you guys a breakdown. Because I did it twice already, but it's way too far back. I've been on for 2 hours already. Here, take this. Okay. I'll give y'all a rundown. So, here's the page, right? This is the live right now. Click up here at the top and click my name. When it takes you to the page, click the second live down. My name. Turn it down. When it takes you to the page. See this pinned comment in blue? Click it. Then click wherever your normal browser is, and it'll bring you to this page. Once you get to this page, allow. If you don't want your... Oh, there you go. See? Here we go. What's up, dog?
Hey, what up? What it do?
We gotta jump in. How you living?
Like a villain, like a
Where you
law-abiding criminal.
Like a law-abiding criminal.
Yeah, that.
There's a lot of them lately.
Hey, how do you flip the camera? How do you do that?
Flip it to what?
Like to like it won't show the other side?
Like the back?
Yeah.
Do you have a little camera button on the bottom?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay,
Look
so
at
think of that as the arrow. If you
yeah.
click that arrow, it'll like give you the option
Oh,
for the
there it
back.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, I be tripping out. You ever seen these motherfuckers?
Hold on. Let's see. I'll make this shit bigger so we can see some shit. All right. What is it? That's a dog?
Yeah, Mexican hairless, Cholo Squinkly.
Oh, that's dog. Oh, they kind of big too, huh?
Yeah, they come in 3 sizes. He's a mini.
Yeah, that looked little for a minute till you put your hand down. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm one of 3. My female's brindle hairless with a blonde crest swimmer.
Hell yeah.
Look like
I
Santa's little
got
helper.
I got cop dogs right now. The fucking what are they? The
Oh,
Malinois?
Malinois? Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, those are better than the German Shepherds.
Yeah, I got 2 of those right now. I raised Rottweilers when I was younger though.
Oh, German ones or what?
Yeah, Germans.
Yeah, yeah. I had a few of those.
Yeah, the Germans are dope. My
Fuck
boy got the
yeah.
Russian ones. I'm like, bro, your dog looks like he got Down syndrome. He's like,
Oh
fuck you.
damn. Hey, those Germans are the shit, man. Anything German engineered.
Yeah, bro, they're tight.
I swear to God, anything that the fucking Germans made.
Where you from?
San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. There you go.
Yeah.
I only
San
been to
Diego.
San Diego one time. I went to a skate park in San Diego.
Carlsbad.
I went to it was like a Christian fucking rock concert when I was like 13 in San Diego.
Oh shit. Oh, The Rock or what? Victory Outreach?
It was called Acquire the Fire.
All right.
That shit was dope though. They had like hella pyrotechnics and shit.
Oh shit, you don't know what area?
No, I don't know what area. Fucking, I just know that wherever the venue was like right next to a skate park. Because we all went and had lunch and kicked it at the skate park
It was
afterwards.
probably Carlsbad. Back in the days, the only one was fucking Tony Hawk skate park.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, yeah.
Yeah, that's northern San Diego.
There you go.
You in LA?
No, I'm in. So I'm up by. Let's see, Oakland would probably be.
I used to make runs up there.
Yeah, so I'm from the Bay. I'm from Martinez, right there by Oakland. Right now, I live over in the Central Valley, though. I moved like a year ago.
I have family in Manteca,
Yeah,
Fruitvale.
see, I'm right there. I'm like right on the block.
Modesto.
Yeah.
Yep, I used to make the 8-hour rides from
Fuck
Dago
yeah.
up there, homie.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, Fruitvale, fucking go to Fisherman Wharf and all that shit.
You do what kind of art you do?
I do like letterings, canvases. I do all kinds of shit.
You do like different mediums. You use different like do you do like oil on canvas at all? Or
Like I just did this shit right now. Sick
is
one.
it all like is it all marker like Posca type shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
See, I got this big ass one right here. Watch, trip out. I do like cultura.
That's dope, bro. You sell that shit or what?
Yeah, that shit. I was at an art gallery. I'm in my daughter's room. I'm taking care of her of the dog for her. My other 2 are down there, but yeah, my daughter be having all my artwork in her room and shit.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
I just made it to an art gallery this in August. Like,
Yeah, props, bro. That's good shit.
I be doing like ceramic.
Is that the resin?
Yeah, dog. But first they have the Tlatehuitl, the Aztec god of death.
Yeah.
I fucking did the art and then on ceramic.
So I was just telling my wife I wanted to start getting into that what's that shit that they be doing the floors and shit with it.
Tiles or what?
Nah, like they make
the where you sprinkle the little shit.
Where you put it's like liquid and then it turns hard.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's just trending right now. That's where the money's at.
Yeah, bro. I've been thinking about doing like some dope shit like that. Like doing like wood carving or something underneath it, and then laying that shit or painting it and then laying that shit over it.
That's what's up. Hey, anything that makes you money, homeboy.
Yeah, for real. I like fucking with. So I've been tattooing since I was 12. So tattooing is like my kind of where I get my money from my art, but I love doing like oil painting. I love airbrushing. I like fucking like models. Like
Yeah.
I got like I think it's like a 50 59 Impala. I got
Oh wow.
like a 71 fucking Riviera, fucking all models, bro. Like to airbrush and do shit.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of shit that like I used to do when I was little. I'm trying to get my son into, but he ain't really that into it,
You
bro.
got
He's
him on
into like
switches?
manga and like drawing like fucking anime characters and
Oh
shit.
yeah, that
You know?
Dragon Ball Z and all that.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of the like
Hey, that's good though.
that's almost like the worst, like when you watch your kid to get into like art like you do, and then they get into art, but it's something you know nothing about.
Man,
And then
I
you're
used
just
to.
like, fuck, bro. So like he's like hella good at art, but like I can't even relate my art to his art because they're different styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
But
man, I used to be a tag banger in the '90s, homie.
yeah, so I was tagging hard, bro, back in the
Yeah,
90s for sure.
hangovers and everything, hangovers and
Yes,
everything.
bro. Yes,
You're running
100%.
in the freeways.
He's into like graphic art on like the fucking tablet, and he's into like drawing like comic book characters. Like he'll draw out his whole comic and shit. And I'm like, that's lit, bro. And honestly, like from 8 to 11, he's 11 now. So from 8 to 11, his art in these last 3 years way surpasses my art that
Hell
I was
yeah.
doing at 8 and 11. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
who's your favorite tattoo artist?
I'm planning on putting him in like art school, letting him like if he wants. I didn't have the opportunity to like have somebody help polish my art skills really. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like I kind of just self-taught myself everything, and like I would pick up little techniques here and there from seeing other people do shit. Or like I used to love sitting out on the street in like Vegas or Frisco and watching those dudes with the spray paint cans and the like lids, and they do all that like
yeah.
scratching and shit and making, dude, that shit's badass, bro.
Hey, your favorite tattoo artist has to be Paul Booth.
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Who'd you say?
Paul Booth.
All right, let me look him up right quick.
You got like a 2 year wait to get tattooed by him, and he does those crazy like I don't want to say white people with tattoos, but he gets off.
Let me see. It's not pulling up.
Yeah, Paul Booth. He's this chunky fool with piercings on his nose and tattoos on the side of his head.
I'm trying to pull up his picture right now.
And then the homie Flax. I don't know if you know Mr. Flax.
Yeah.
Flax Nitty.
My shit going hella slow right now.
They be getting tattoos for likes and cool
Oh
points.
yeah, okay. I know who homie is.
Yeah, he's hard.
I know who homie is. Yeah, I know who homie is. So actually, look, one of the dopest tattoos that I ever got, I was in San Francisco at a tattoo convention, and all the dudes were from LA, and they were all Mexican dudes, bro. And they had like the typical like it looked like the hood of like a 64 Impala as like their banner, right? It was like all
Yeah.
the typical like fucking the dude with the sombrero and the bitch with the big
Yeah.
titties and all that shit, right? So I was looking at the art and shit, and I was trying to get a tattoo gun tatted on the back of my calf, and I walked up and they had some tattoo guns in the book that they had did. So I asked dude, I was like, look, I want a tattoo gun. I want the machines to look like dice. And, you know, I want the little point to look like skull, all this different shit. And he was like, yeah, hold on a minute. He walks around to the back and grabs the only white boy standing over there. And the white boy had like a joker on the top of his head. He was a bald-headed white dude, all sleeved up, all his he looked like the Mexican white dude, right? Like he looked like the dude that kicked it with all the homies or whatever, but was the white
Miklo.
boy. So like they
Yeah.
didn't want to yeah, exactly, right? So they didn't want to tattoo on me. They was gonna let him tattoo on me type shit. And I was just like, oh, that's fucked up. And then they had like those chairs. So it was on the back of my calf, right? So they had the chairs, they had a couple massage tables and shit. But when they had me come back to get my shit, they were like, yeah, come back in an hour. I was like, all right, cool. So I come back in an hour, he had drew it up and shit, and I come back and there's like 3 other people all getting tatted, and they're all on like the massage chairs and the tables and shit. And then they fold out like one of them hard ass plastic tables for me. Threw a little ass pillow on it. It was like, here you go, bro. For 3 hours to get my shit done on the back of my car. I was like, bro, the other shit, hey, the other tables cleared out and shit. And homie wasn't even like, here, you want to switch table? Like, he just cleared me out on that hard ass plastic table. I was just like, bro, y'all hella shady for that. Homie's art was clean though. His shit was cool. Like I fucked with him. The other dude's shit was hella cool too. Like I was watching, he was doing like the Aztec sun on the back of this dude's head, and that shit came out fucking clean, bro. We had a rundown. What's up, JoJo? Why do I got black dye on my hands? Oh, probably from rubbing my blue ass pants, son. All right, well, I don't know. This shit's fucking up. The homie popped out. I appreciate you coming in, bro. I've been on for 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna run it down. Holla at your boy, man.